What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Woody, guys. We have a couple things. We got a lot of questions. We got a lot of answers. And guys, if you guys got some questions that you want answered, come over to the main server and ask them because you got a lot of smart people that are here, a lot of educated people that are here that'd be more than happy to answer any questions. But I do have a question that I did notice that has been asked quite a bit in different servers. And the question is there an order of priority for leveling basic and unworldly skills for each type officer? And is it the best collection? What is the best collect for to focus on SSS, S and double S stuff like that? In my opinion, when it comes to officers, and I'm sure probably people here will probably back me up on this one. Your most important thing you're going to want to do, other than the war officers, is going to be him, your Morgan and your Saki, because those are going to increase your fleet. You don't necessarily have to max them out right away, but it's very important to get the cross nation fleet up there and the regular fleet expansion up there because you can let's say you have you can say you have you're 36 and you have 1,000 LRA, but without your fleet, I mean, you're gonna walk into something that has a full fleet and you have like I don't know, you're missing like 200,000 or 100,000 troops because your Morgan, your Saki's not up there. You're definitely going to lose, especially against someone that has like 800, because you don't have enough troops in there. So that's very important to work on him and Saki. Saki, you can use the what is that skill that where you can upgrade the monster? Because I used to use for Saki and Loreline. I forget the name of it, but there was a skill that you can replace the fuel or one of these up with it. I just don't remember what it was. Where you get more monster XP, which will help initially.
Comprehension.
Comprehension, that's the one. So at that point, I had my fuel off and I had my comprehension up there, so you can get more XP because that's going to help level up these faster and the unworldly is faster. But once you get to level 70, max, you can switch it out for fuel or whatnot. And same with these up here, you can switch it out because there's another one that you can go by, which is monster XP bonus right here. You can use that for more XP as well, and that will definitely help out with your leveling up your commander skills up. And those commander skills, they help, guys. They work like something you want to push for. I mean, anything that you can level up and get stats for, getting stronger, definitely suggest you doing that. So when it comes to after you get those two, going Tifa, I would always suggest definitely trying to level up. And if you're a long range account, you want to have these three skills. And I've said this many times: long range attack, long range expert, melee HP. Okay, and if you'll notice, every single one of my warfare officers have the same one. Now, with this being said, once you get up there like a 41 and you're a monster and you know the game and you know how there's different builds, you can play around with different skills that you want to put there. You might want to remove the long range expert and put something else there, so on and so forth. But like as a basic build, these are the kind of things you want to do as a long range player. And if you're a mid range player, you would easily take this one out, the long range attack and the long range expert, and you would put mid range attack and mid range expert. You're still gonna have melee HP because guys, your front once that front line dies, the attack's over. Or if those titans die, the attack is over. So those are the two areas you got to really focus on protecting. And in my case, my front line is what's very important to me because my titans are kind of strong, and it takes a lot to take down my titans. Like you'd have to have a player like Just a Tip, stuff like that, or a great one to take down my titans fast, or Ronaldo at that case. But from there, when the unworldly skills come, I would first focus on Tifa because, and here's the reason why: the breakthrough skill. This is a passive. This is passive. So every time you attack, this is going to be activated. Every attack was every 12 seconds. It's hitting every 12 seconds versus sometimes there's a chance, a 20% chance, a 30% chance. So this is very important for to be focused on as Tifa. And then after that, I would think My personal thing would be Zeus, because another thing that's always happening. There's not a chance; it's always happening. So every single time that you're attacking, it's an increase 25.5%. Very important, and plus the skills are good. From there, I'm going to have to go with Alexandria. And the reason I say that because she's a reduction officer, guys. The reduced reduction is so vital and so important that imagine this. Imagine someone that's got for like the younger nations. Someone's got 600 LRA, right? Long range attack or even mid range attack. Okay, it's going to reduce the damage quite a bit. It's going to reduce what they're able to produce to damage you. So when you're able to take this and get that maxed out, it's huge. They can't do as much damage as they can do if you don't have it. So that's very important. And guys, this is a game of reducing your enemy's attack. That's what it's all about. Like, let's be real. Reducing it and advancing and increasing your attack to counter this, to counter that. That's what this game's about, ladies and gentlemen. From there, Panda, maybe no. I don't know if I'd go with Panda. Maybe Aeon because of the Aeon skill up here, because this is so crucial in time. It's so crucial to use, and there's a lot of players here that they still use it, like for say Triangle War, DLD, or if you're going to do a huge heavy SOS on a monster, being you have to be a monster first. I would never suggest a 36 to hit a 41, even with Aeon and SOS and all that. Don't do that because you're going to give point. Yeah, you might not lose troops, but you're going to give a shitload of points away. That's true. And you're not going to kill much. So it's kind of a waste to hit it at a 41. But if you're hitting another 36, it's got like, let's just say 22 million troops, right? And you're setting a fleet, that'd be definitely good to have. But from there, I'm going to have to go with, I don't know, see, Stormbow or Panda. I mean, that's up there. You can like, I don't know if I would maybe Siege because Siege is usually mainly focused on city attacks. So if you guys see a Siege Unworldly or Siege here, this only activates when you're hitting a city. Not Triangle War, not DOD, not the uranium mines, not the towers. This does not activate at all unless you're hitting a city. So that's kind of not important. I mean, it is, but it's not. So maybe Stormbolt would probably be the next bet to go through because it is an increase in the defense and the HP of all troops. So, and I'm sure, like just Tip, you'd probably agree with me, wouldn't you? Let's see if he mics up. There he
Yeah.
is. Yeah, that. It's very important. Very very important. You have anything? You have anything
What
to
about?
add?
Oh yeah. Have
What's
you Raz did a video, and I mean, I know Raz is controversial in his stuff, but
mhm.
I kind of agree with him. But I am curious to see if anybody else has
I
tested
haven't
it out.
I haven't unlocked that yet. I got to the 5 stars. I missed a week, so
What?
Welcome in. It's just like in the on the TV.
yeah, I missed the week. I missed the
He
week.
he did a report. Now, granted, obviously things pop at different times. Sometimes they
It
can
is
be
cool.
variables. But I am curious to see if anybody else has experienced that.
I mean, it's I haven't got to that point, so I can't. I can't. So I can't say if it's good or not. It can be good for one person, not good for the other.
Are you going for the 6 star like me then first?
See, I that's
Undecided.
I haven't decided yet. I really haven't. I've been actually trying to wait and see more reports and more videos of the breakthrough and see what kind of damage the breakthrough like if the I know when you get the breakthrough level 1 it's not going to be that good, but obviously
Correct.
once it levels up 4 5 6 8 10 whatever so on and so forth, it's going to be like any of the other breakthrough skills. It gets better and better and better. And I know Lee God, I was watching that one video when because he was the first person to have it, and it was attacking the Titans, the plane, and the
Yeah, I saw it.
zombies. So like that was huge for me. But then I've seen other players like say, "Oh, well, it's not attacking that all the time." So
The report. I mean, the reports that I saw, you're correct. It hit the Titan,
yeah,
but it is random. It does clearly state that.
yeah,
But I think if you're LRA, you should
maybe consider the breakthrough before the 6 star. Up to a certain level, I guess. Usually what between 9 and 12. I kind of what we've always recommended in the past.
Yeah,
Depending on your level of play, of course.
9, 12, switch over.
Yeah, I didn't. I went. I'm straight. I'm going straight for all the tips, but that's because I'm mid range and there's an attack and a melee HP that I want.
There's an attack. There's also, okay, so there's a mid-range attack in there.
Mm-hmm. So that'll give me 30% with a triple S, which I already have saved up for that.
Right.
Then you have a melee HP. If you have a triple S, you get another 30%. And then and I'm assuming, I'm not trying to tell everybody what to do, but the melee attack is in there, or attack 2, I should say. And then you've got reductions.
Yeah, and then, like I said just in the beginning of this stream, reductions, reductions, reductions.
Yeah, if you can't, Camel was obviously give us an opportunity between Freya and all the different Unworldlies to push reductions.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it. I still am curious if they stack, though. I've never asked. I keep forgetting to ask.
The reductions?
Yeah. Do they stack in battle?
You know what? Like you're talking about like team attacks, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine it would. I
I'm
can't
curious.
because if you think about it, like let's say 20 people hit one city, and if someone's got a reduction that is, you get 20 people. I mean, you can get your reductions up to quite a bit, like 400 or 500.
You can get over 500 now. You can get close
Right,
to
right. But
550, I think.
well, I'm just saying on average, you get 400 or 500 on 20 people. Are they going to reduce the stats down to 0?
Well, you got to understand the
That's
officer itself has a stat. I'm assuming, does that go into that?
I don't I don't think so, man. I really
So
don't.
say you have a 400 attack and a 500 reduction. Would it then take 100 points away from the actual officer stat itself?
It's possible.
I don't know.
See these little see guys. These are the little things that us players we like try to look into, and they're so hard to tell because I mean some of these things are not shown on a report. And that's the problem. A lot of these questions that we have are not shown on a report because most of us go off what the report looks like, and that usually gives us the answer. And a lot of this stuff is not on it. Like, is it something stackable? It's not on a report to tell that. So it's very hard to see if it's stackable or not. That is something that we should bring up to Camel though, because I mean, if a reduced damage or even increased damage is stackable, oh
Right.
man, that's huge. It's huge.
It
Imagine,
is. It really is. It could
imagine.
change what you choose for Unworldly.
Weighted average, right? So similar to how for a team attack, you have multiple players with different long range attack stats,
Yeah,
and then you get a weighted average based on the number of long range attack troops of a specific type they have. So it would just be a global weighted average. Seems likely for something like a increased damage or reduced damage that applies across the board. You take the fleet size of each person, you take the stat of each person, and then you come up with a weighted average for the
Yeah.
team attack.
well, that's another thing that I've been trying
E1
to.
and E2 female has usually been doing that. I don't know about the individual stats, though.
Well, in team attacks, a lot of people don't understand. I mean, of course, you guys don't understand, but a lot of people don't understand that if you have like a 30 joining a team attack, and you got a 41 going in and stuff like that,
Please don't.
Yeah, it's not smart for that 30. I would say past 34. I would say 34 is depending on your age of your nation. It's not smart for them to join because the level troops and the stats, it's going to bring your number one guy or number top 10 guys stats down. It's going to average it out. It's almost worth just trying to solo that city. Not now if it's like a 250 million BP. Don't try soloing that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But to have those lower cities join, it's sometimes not. It hurts you more than it helps. If that makes sense. Some people don't get it. I've seen, like, even in my own alliance, I've had a 33 join. I'm like, dude, no,
I mean,
don't join.
tell them to test it. Tell them to test it. You use your SOS though, of course. Attack 5 people with a single account, and then attack 5 people with
With a team attack.
a team attack with lower accounts than you
Yeah, but
substantially, and you'll
even
see the difference.
well, even in a report,
It's T-Mobile.
the
What
report.
did you put T-Mobile on?
What?
What is T-Mobile coming out on?
When is what coming out?
Did you put?
Is she talking to us?
I heard T-Mobile.
I don't think she's talking. Can you mute your mic?
T-Mobile's what it sounds like.
had me like, what? T-Mobile? I know we have T-Mobile up where I live, so I'm thinking, I was like, is this part of the game, or is she laying it into her husband? When are you gonna pay the T-Mobile bill? Damn it!
That's funny. Everybody got a shield because of something with Facebook or something they were saying.
So even I did, and I think it is a Facebook thing that something happened. Well, we all know that happens like once a month. All the Facebook accounts that are logged in, but I heard it was iPhone as well.
I got it on mine. I don't know. I got a shield, so I don't know.
I have it. I had it on mine, but I don't like wearing a shield unless it's void. I don't know why. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. Look, Woody's in a bubble. He's scared. Nah, I'm good. You know what I mean. Like you put all the money into the city, you're just like, why do I need a bubble? Unless you're, in void and you're up against a pretty strong nation, that's a different story. You better bubble. You better bubble. That I don't even remember what the hell. We're talking about team attacks. Like even report, like if you test it out, even the report is going to show your stats, but it doesn't. If you watch the actual attack, you'll see a major difference. You know what I'm talking about? Like you solo a city, right, and then someone attacks and helps. That line stops moving really fast. It starts slowing back down because now your stats are starting to even out to the person that's joined you, and it kind of it's good, but it sucks because the good part about it is the troops that they sent in there are now like a meat shield kind of deal. But if a 30 joins or a 31 joins, they're gonna eat that up in like one hit, and then your stats are still stuck to the average stat, and it sucks. It really sucks. Now, a controversy question about like team attacks, and I've said both ways, because hold on, I think the T-Mobile girl or man's talking again, but I've seen and heard that. Do you send your Titans if you're like a lower, like if you have a blue or green Titan? Or plane at that matter, do you send them or do you leave them out? We
Titan
all
stack. Titan stack. So
Titan
yes,
stack, and that Thor is so important to have when you're going to a team attack. And you know what I'm talking about. Like for instance, you have a we'll just throw a number out. You have 200 million BP city, right? His bubble drops. You got 50 people online, and majority of them are 36s and above. They're gonna join that, and when all of them join, that Thor fucking activates. It's like a Titan killer. It really is. It's so, but you want your strongest to join first. You definitely don't want to be that last person there.
I think the distinction is, though, that the Titan stack for things like attack, defense, and Titan HP, but certain specific skills and certain specific equipment, it's an averaging still. So the boost that you're talking about is in part coming from the stacking of the attack value for the Titans, because that gets additive. But certain talents and certain equipment skills are still averaged.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so if I jump in there and someone's, for example, has like some of these only at like level 10, it's gonna bring my level 20s down to
Correct.
average. Oh man, that's hard to eat. That's hard to eat.
But I will tell you this: the
Benefit is out for them.
probably one of the most important thing.
Outweighed
Hold on.
by the. Sorry, I'll let you go, Tim.
No. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. My bad.
I was just gonna say that the averaging risk in many cases is outweighed by the increased attack, defense, and HP that you get from your Titans, in particular because when you get the HP boost from stacking Titans, your Titans stay alive longer and they can do damage longer.
I would agree with that assessment. And to prove your point, if you look at the event like Triangle War, not DoD because you can't get the little squares, if you know what I mean, and Medici, same thing. It proves the point by choosing the right items,
Yeah.
per se. Roll the dice. The Titan buffs are the best, period.
So you're saying the Titan buffs from a DC are the best?
Maybe.
No. If that would no. Come on, dude. No.
Woody, you can beat the monster. I just gave you the secret.
So you're talking about that laser for the Titan is the best.
I just gave you the secret. If you can figure it out. Didn't even mean to, by the way. Damn it.
No, I still don't. Okay, maybe the Titan buff for that laser.
No, listen to what I'm not going to tell you again, but I'll give you the information without giving it to you. Listen to what Bird said, and then apply what I said, and you'll have the answer.
For Medici. I don't know, man. That's
Good.
because I've watched that video that you posted, and you had like over 1,000,000 zombies. So I was like,
Well, I'll tell you this: Mental did it, and he beat it, and he did it, and he figured it out with what I posted.
But Tip, do you have max zombies, Tip?
I do, but I was beating it before Max Zombies, so it didn't matter. You got to remember, Medici isn't about your max items; it's about your level.
But why now? Why, if you have max zombies, why even bother with it?
Oh, I don't anymore. I used to. If I get bored or something, and maybe once every 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I'll go in there and just beat the monster for the heck of it all 3 times. But you're right. I usually don't. All I'm doing now is going in, and I'm not spending any gold now. Like the last one we just did, I think I ranked number 10, and I spent 0 gold, except for you buy the little items. And what I'm referring to is I need bio. Because I've only got 340,000 or 344,000 T13 zombies. And I have 400 total, but I'm using the bio to promote the other remaining 56,000 that I need promoted. So I don't have a bio farm.
neither do I.
Yeah. So I get my bio from there, and I get it from the, the shop where you can get it with you roll 10 times a day?
This one right here, the distribution center.
Yeah, so I'll buy all the bio there,
Yep.
and I use Medici. So I'll get between the 2 of them, I have enough that I can promote every single day, every week until I'm finished, without having to go into the normal pack reset, which is a good deal still, and buy those. So I save that money by doing the Medici and that.
Yeah, man, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
The bio grind is believe it or not, people, the bio grind is almost just as hard as a freaking uranium grind.
It is. It's expensive too.
Yeah, unless you're like you're in Civil War and you're able to just attack cities. But if you're in a peaceful nation, the last thing you're going to be doing is like hitting the freaking one of your teammates or a different alliance just for bio. That's a there might be a big bad person that won't like that. But
You actually taught me something, Woody, on the zombies. Now I actually dismiss 100 T12s every day and get the 100 T13s for.
That's what dude. That's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah, every single day I'll do that. So that's.
Yep.
I mean, it might only be 100, but it's 100. And also, I'll dismiss 1,000 sometimes. Obviously before a recruiting event, if I have enough bio to run the promoting one and enough to get more, I'll dismiss 1,000 or 1,100 to run them both at the same time. Because
that's fun.
Yeah, because when you're promoting them, you're able to get 1,000 or 2,000. You can promote 2,000 for half the price.
Absolutely.
I try to.
I think it's even less than half. I think it's like 50-something thousand or something.
Yeah.
Versus 130, 140 or something.
Yeah, it's not much. It's not much.
No, it's way better deal. It's a quarter. I want to say it's 25% if you put the math to it.
Yeah, I honestly haven't done the math of it, but I know it's way cheaper. It's way cheaper to
Mhm.
promote. Like I try to tell people, like for say when you hit 41, um, don't worry about all that other stuff. Like the recruiting phase and void or whatnot. Don't even bother. If you just hit 41, I would just freaking use everything you had on promoting. Get enough for at least one fleet full of zombie. Was that like 45,000 or maybe two fleets worth? Just promote and promote. And same with the cannons. When you become a C40, just promote the cannons and get them going because you're only allowed to do so much. Was it like 400?
Hey, Woody, that brings a good point up for training and for learning the game. I guess call it what you want. And then what I mean by that is, I used to hear and I was taught that when you're C39 or whatever, start saving all your bio because when you eventually, if you're going to pop C41 in the next 4, 5, 6 months, save your bio up so you can recruit T13 zombies.
Yeah.
I disagree. I agree to do what you did. It's cheaper to promote.
Yep. It's cheaper to
Just to
promote.
build T12s and then just promote them.
You know how many
It's not
times?
fucking cheaper to promote. I hate
Yeah,
when you guys say that. You guys don't fucking know what you're talking about.
it
You already spent
is.
that fucking
Well,
biomaterial
okay,
on
we're
fucking
right, but
T12.
we're talking. Okay, yeah, it's
You,
not.
if you're talking about faster, then yes. If you're talking about time, I agree, and it's still a fucking waste. So please don't teach the new guys that.
Well,
No, you're still
what I-
better off to do it the other way. I
what
disagree.
what I'm talking about is it's cheaper. Okay, it's not cheaper from level 1 to 41, or whatever you want to call it, whatever level the max is. T13 zombies. It's not cheaper that wise, but to promote it, you already have them there. So at that point, you've already forgot the actual initial cost that it's costed you to get those zombies to T12s. So would you rather break down to 1,000 and
You could
just
do
build
3K a day.
more?
You could do 3K a day versus 1,000 a day.
Yeah, it's to me when I say okay, we'll just say faster. We'll say faster just to be fair. It would be faster to use your recruiting at 41 for the zombies and promoting it versus the little bit that you can get from here for twice as much at that point. Now, from level 1 to T13 zombies, yeah, it is more expensive, but you already have. I mean, look, I have. We're going to T12. I still have 165,000. Am I going to want to dismiss 1,000 of those each day and then spend the 277,000 versus the 47,000 to just promote them? No, I'm not going to want to. I'm just dismiss 1,000 each and then just promote, and build. I know what you're saying, Kratos. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah,
Your guy Kratos don't even have that many zombies. Keep that in mind.
well, there comes a. Well, I know. I don't want you guys to start between your guys'
That was
little thing here.
good. Nah, we're good, but that's long past.
No, but
But
yeah,
he doesn't have 400K zombies. That's why I'm talking shit.
no, but I mean, Kratos is right. When it comes down to the initial cost of everything, yeah, that would be the more expensive way. But when you have already a shitload of T12s and you want to promote them, get them to T13s, that
So
initial would
what I'm
be.
trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, you're talking about literally 1% of the population. Where yeah, go ahead and do that. If you're a whale, I agree. That's what you should be doing. But if we're talking about people playing the game, no, these zombies is something that they could use until they could accumulate enough T13s or whatever. So they could actually fight voids with the T12s. They could fight anything and waste them that way
That's
because
expensive.
it's a lot cheaper for them.
That's even more expensive, bro. To waste T12. Oof.
I don't know. I really don't send
40K
T12s.
zombies in a void and let me know how you feel.
I think there's a couple competing issues here, but let's go through a couple examples, right? If you are fully T12 when you hit C41, but you don't have the maximum number of zombies, the fastest way to accumulate a full fleet of T13 is to do a combination of recruiting T13 and upgrading your T12s.
Absolutely.
If you're a player that gets to C41 and you have T8 through T12 zombies, I mean, I think you then have a couple different options, but upgrading your T8 zombies is not the right approach. I think we all agree on that.
Agree.
Agreed.
I think Kratos makes a good point about if you are at your maximum number of zombies, one thing you can do is you can intersperse lower level zombies into your fleet and use a small number, and that'll do two things. One, you'll clear up some space to recruit more T13, but also those lower level zombies will help protect your T13 and Void because the lower tier troops are going to die first. So I think there's, like I said, I think we're
There's a T8 and T12s though.
You know, I did not, but I think to Kratos' point, we're taught, you know, some of the issues that you're facing, Tip, are not being faced in the same way by other players.
When do you get T12? C38? Am I wrong on that?
No, that is 37.
Yeah, 37 when you get the
I would
shredders.
think somebody who's a C37 or a C38, chances are they don't have any C or level 8 zombies. I would just be, I mean, you want to talk about a small percentage. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I would really be shocked with that. I really would be.
I mean, it's a function of how quickly you upgraded your city level.
T10s, T11s, but I couldn't see no T8s. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe T8 is a bad example, but say T10 and T11 even. Intersperse some T11 into your Void fleet, and they will eat up the deaths and protect your higher level zombies. Also make space for you to recruit more of the higher.
Yeah.
I just say I think there's a couple different issues at play, and so it creates some flexibility. And neither of you are all right or all wrong. I'm trying to be a peacemaker here, basically.
I agree. It's based on player and how.
Wouldn't the best way be though, to, like he said, to just stop recruiting and save as much bio as possible when you get by C39?
Yeah, but you're
Is
gonna.
that not the method?
Well, the issue is like the time from 37 to 39. The amount of time that you're gonna save, you're gonna go through a lot of those T12s that you have.
Correct.
Because it's Void. I mean, let's say that you are a Void Tyrant. You're that person that you go balls to the wall. Those T12s they're gonna start going down a lot, like a lot. So
You're going to kill 50K event all day long.
yeah, and 40-50K. I mean, if you're only able to recruit 1,000 a day, you know, I mean, that's you do the math. That can be a very long time.
Super expensive.
But
Are you guys getting good? Are you guys getting great kill ratios with your zombies in Void? Because normally they're not as effective, seemingly, in Void.
Absolutely, boy. If you can afford it, and I do stress that because it is expensive to use zombies. Yes, it's a game changer in Void for you. Absolutely.
put
Especially
this
if
way,
your zombies are strong.
look,
Yes, I agree with that too.
this report right here is from Polar, right? And with my zombies alone hitting 7 people, and I'm sorry 587 throwing you out there, but it's the first one I have. My zombies alone killed 488,000 troops. Almost
Exactly.
just the zombies alone. It's a huge number.
Especially in group hits.
Yeah.
You got 10 players and they all bring 40K zombies or 35 or whatever. That's huge.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it seems like in Frenzy, Polar, everywhere else, the zombies overperform. But for some reason in Voids, it seems like it holds them back a little. I don't know if
Because
that's
not everybody uses them. That's the problem. You have to remember.
Zombies are
That
the
makes
best
a
troop in
shitload of
the
sense.
game.
You're right. We're not sending 400,000. We're sending half the players are using them. I got
Correct. That's the problem. You either all got to
You
do
know,
it or
all out full zombies.
let me see if I can find a Void report right here. Red.
I think though, to the point of the player who was asking about like when they're at C39, you got to think about like what's the minimum number of zombies that you need at the highest tier to perform in all events, and so you want at least 3 times your fleet size of your top tier zombie troop. If you start getting up high enough in zombies, it just seems really unlikely that you're going to get so high that it's going to cause a problem for you when you get to 41. I would keep recruiting zombies. They're a really valuable troop.
Agree.
And,
And depending on how fast you're going to go to 41. If you're not, you're going to take 9 months or a year, then Bird's absolutely correct.
5 years.
yeah, I think the points being made, there is some value in figuring out how much biochem material you're going to need to get a single fleet of T13, because a single fleet's going to be useful for things like triangle wars, duel of dominance, a lot of those single, 1v1 type events. So there is some planning that I would put into it and set aside a store of biochem to be prepared to take advantage of the city level once you achieve it.
And that's why, yeah, and that's why when I said when you hit 41, the best thing to do instead of recruiting them, because let's say you just hit 41, you already got 400,000 zombies, because that 9 times out of 10 you probably already have it. Are you gonna really dismiss 20,000, 40,000 zombies? No, you're going to focus hard on promoting them. I'm not going to dismiss 45,000 zombies just to get one fleet of T13s. I'd rather promote them to at least have one fleet's worth.
I don't think you get bio neither if you dismiss.
Why would you dismiss? You guys are crazy. What are you talking about? Why would you dismiss?
Because
you can
when you
use the alliance recruiting skill, and you can get a bonus, and you can promote your zombies with the alliance skill.
Right. But we're talking about like without having to use that. I'm like right now, yeah, I'm like a couple hundred away from 400,000. But I dismiss my 12s. I'll dismiss my 12, save my recruiting thing for void if it's necessary.
Well,
but I can only.
It depends on how you get the 100 free every day, Woody. That's what we're dismissing. Main reason.
I'll still dismiss like 1,100 if I have
Really?
enough for the. Yeah, if I have enough for 1,000 of them, I'm gonna have to dismiss them. If I have enough bio for 1,000, I'm gonna dismiss them.
Oh, because you're not. I see. You're not. As I'm looking at your deal, you're not promoting zombies.
Well, I did. I did run out of bio. I did. I did.
But see, you in your case, because you have all those zombies, your bio would go 4 times farther in promoting zombies to T13 than you would be recruiting from the main part.
I usually don't recruit the zombies, but it's recruiting events, so
130
it's like,
or 140, whatever it is, to recruit a set of zombies now. It's insane.
Oh, I'm very aware of that. I think it's like 177 to recruit them.
Is that how much? I forget, man.
Yeah,
It's expensive.
177,000.8.
That's ridiculous. Versus 50 or whatever it is, 55 for 2,000.
This for generation. We're gonna have the millennial part. We're gonna have Gen X or Gen Z, and then Alpha. They've all been institutionalized to believe that white privilege is a thing.
Whoa. I don't know. I gotta find him.
There goes your monetization.
Holy cow. Wow. I thought he was actually talking about the game, and all of a sudden I hear white privilege is a thing. I'm like, whoa!
Hey, Woody, that's the number you just said is the amount of bio you get per day, not how much it costs to
Correct.
recruit them.
Correct. I'm just saying in general, like, it's a lot.
Finish the 2 hours, Woody, show us.
All right.
Come on, let me cheat. There you go. How much is it?
Well.
Oh, you can only do 613, damn it.
Yeah, see, if I wanted to do it, I would have to delete, 387.
Yeah, but you can do 1,000. You're 91. You're 91.9 for 613. So do the math.
Hold on. We'll go ahead and we'll delete 387.
No, you don't need to.
I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna end up doing it anyways. So if I wanted to do it, it'd be 150.
There you go.
150.
50, so it's 150. That's what I thought. I thought it was 140, 150. Whereas it's 55 to promote 2,000. It's a third. Well, no, I don't know what the ratio is. I have to think about it. It's too late.
I believe it was like 40 or 50,000, maybe even less.
It's
than
55,000 to promote. That I do know.
Well, let's check it out. Let's try.
And how much for T12s?
So it would be 2,000 would be 60,000 bio for T13s to promote from 12.
Well, Woody, that is at your level. Did you get at the final tier? I think as you go up, it gets cheaper for the recruitment amount, does it not? Or the amount? No, I know
I
time
only
goes down. I don't know if cost goes down. I can't remember.
honestly, the lowest zombies I have are T12s. So I know it
No, I
jumps
mean
up.
as you level up your zombies.
Holy
I
cow!
think the main, I think some of the main takeaways here from what everyone is saying are recognize, especially for lower level players who are still working their way up. Think about what city level you're going to get the next zombie tier at. Think about how you're going to prepare to take advantage of that new troop tier the same way you would any new troop tier, and plan accordingly. And my personal view is that once your zombies are 2 levels below, there is no value in upgrading them. You have to figure out another way to juice them and make zombie biochem material. But I think the main takeaway is have a plan so you can take advantage of it very quickly once you hit that new city level, just the same way as you would with any new troop tier.
Yeah, like what Tip said. Save up what you have, and then once you get there, either A, promote, or B, recruit, um, or such
Both.
as or both, depending. Like when you're 41, your two things that you're looking at is in here, the shielders um, or these if you're mid ranger, they're wanting that. When you hit a 41, but the zombies they come with it. As soon as you hit 41, you're able to get zombies. So it's like, to me, it was important.
So real quick, if you don't mind. So Bird, are you saying basically players that maybe are sitting around C34 and they want to make a jump, they should make a jump to C37, maybe even before they can do a garage or a factory or whatever, just to get started on zombies? You think that's good advice?
That's. Oof.
We dealt with this question for a player who was going from 36 to 37, but even though he couldn't take advantage of the new factory troop types, and he was going to see a slightly harder Medici every week, the thought was that for that specific player who was not a major spender, given the age of the nation, is that the extra time that it would take them to collect the uranium, instead of recruiting T11 zombies, they could be naturally recruiting T12. And so for a player that's at a lower spend rate, I think that is something that you should take into account when you're jumping to 34 or to 37. That even if you can't take advantage of at 34 the tanks and the cannons, or at 37 the shredders or bikers if you're mid-range, there is an advantage at having like an extra 60 days where you have that new zombie troop type unlocked. And if you're a player who can't afford to, speed rush an entire fleet of zombies, that 60 days, all of a sudden you've got 60k T12 instead of waiting for your factory to upgrade. Or I'm sorry, instead of waiting to accumulate the uranium to get the city level and the factory, there is an advantage there at the margins, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're 34 and if you're 34, right, and you're literally not, a heavy spender or even somewhat of a spender, what are your stats going to be? And would it be really worth it going to 37 just for those shredders and the zombies? I mean,
No, I understood the question to be a little bit different. So
okay.
if you're talking about a jump from 34 to 37, I would not skip 2 levels of garage just to get to T12 zombies, because I think that's going to be an unbalanced approach. If you're
I wouldn't base going 34 to 37 off zombies. Is the way I would put it.
No, that wasn't that actually wasn't what I meant.
Okay.
What I really meant can be simplified really easily to should you wait until you can do garage, or should you go to 37 when you can go to 37? It doesn't really.
Troop
The
size is
34.
probably the most important thing.
Yeah, troop size, man.
I see your point.
No, it doesn't. It's not about 34. It doesn't have anything to do with T34. I shouldn't have said that.
If you're at 36, you've got your wall done, and you want to know if you should go to 37 or do your 36 garage. That's the question.
Yeah, sure. Simplify it to that.
Which nation?
I'm
Which
I'm
nation
literally
are
right
you in?
there
Well,
right now.
he's
Like,
he's
that's
saying in
exactly
general.
me.
He's saying in general, like the garage is so important because of the fleet, the more troops, and we all know if you have stats that are similar to your enemy, whoever's going to have more troops is going to win. So I mean that, like when I went to 41, literally the garage is the first thing I went for.
I think though in that very narrow example, there's a case to be made for either side.
Yeah, but
It probably one of the things that you would take into consideration is the quality of your zombie troops. Because Woody, for example, look at the stats of T11 versus T12. If it's something like the regular troop types, it's a pretty big jump in stats.
Yeah, but you're only talking like 30,000 zombies for a person at that level, 28,000 zombies or whatever it is, a low amount, probably in the 20s. It's still not beneficial. Not enough to justify the troops added to your fleet.
I think that
That's 6,000 troops per level, isn't it?
Okay.
On the
Just to
garage?
clarify, jumping into those zombie level is more beneficial than gaining like 6K snipers or
I
whatever the
disagree
fuck it is
because
that you're gonna gain.
we're talking about a low spender.
Can you-
A low spender's not going to have
show
that
the-
money saved up to pop a full fleet of zombies.
Can you show the stats?
but you're saying six. I'm in that same point right now.
Hold on.
6K troops versus 37 and a half zombies at tier 12. Like I'm leaning right now towards the zombies.
Can you go
Zombies
back to
100%.
12? Sorry.
In
Woody, do
group
you mind
battle-
going back to 12?
In group battles, fleet size wins. Simple as that.
Not always, Tip.
I disagree.
I think for a low level player, I think the advantage of having the extra time to recruit up higher tier zombies is something that's worth considering. That's what I would leave it as. You got to make your own decision, but I think that there's a strong case to be made for that option.
But if that lower level player has to decide how much biomaterial he has, if he doesn't have the biomaterial ready to go, then there's no purpose in it because you're going to recruit 1,000 troops every 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I agree.
That's why I'm taking it off of how he said. It's a lower level spender. He is not going to have the bio that's needed to pop a full fleet of zombies on T12s. That's where I'm making my statement.
No, I
and
understand.
that makes
The
sense. So
counterpoint is that if you're not able to speed a full fleet of zombies, then say in 60 days you'll have C-37 and a C-36 garage, just for example, right? 60 days from now, if you do the C-37 first and you do the garage in 60 days, that person 60 days later is going to be better off because they're going to have 60 days of T12 recruiting and they're going to have the garage versus the
Uh-oh. Someone dropped?
No, I'm sorry. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, gotcha.
I have to go. But look at it 90 days from now. If you start with the C-37, get the garage in 90, you've got 90 days worth of zombie recruiting at T12. You start with the garage, and then you go to the city level, 90.
Someone really wants to talk to him.
All right, forget it. I gotta go. Sorry.
All right,
Bye.
thank you for joining. But
I think he made a good point, though.
No,
I mean, it's basically a trade-off. If you want to go ahead and level up, then you're going to get the zombies. Like, say if you're really running from C-34, let's say you're on a limited budget, you're running from C-34 up to C-37. You only want to upgrade the factory. You're not going to upgrade your camp. You're not going to upgrade your workshop. You can also get zombies. There's a strategy there. I'm not saying everyone should do that. I'm not saying anyone should do that. But there's a strategy there. It makes sense.
Well, that's also 18,000.
yeah, I would say 18,000 troops.
That's 18,000 troops over one tier zombies. No comparison. 18,000 troops all day long. All day long.
is he saying that he's skipping
not a
all
good
three?
idea. Skipping out
All
on
3
18.
levels?
Well, he's saying from 34 to 37. That's 18,000
Correct.
troops from the garage.
Oh no. Then yeah, obviously it's the fleet and that.
You gotta
Yeah.
go for fleet
That's it.
size. You gotta go for fleet size all day.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but you get up there and then you upgrade the garage. It's not like you just neglect the garage, like you don't understand the game. You get up there, you start getting your zombies, and you start upgrading your garage.
Well, that's if they have that uranium saved, and we all know how much it costs for uranium now. It's like literally selling your firstborn child.
Exactly. As a low budget spender, they're not gonna have that uranium needed for 3 levels.
They might have enough just to get to 37, and then what? That's
That's it.
I mean, this isn't really something I'm super excited about, but it would be fun to talk about maybe the cheapest build. I mean, the factory only long range has to be the cheapest build in the game.
well, I know mid range is one of the most expensive builds. I know that for a fact. Yeah, even though the mid range kill a lot more, they lose a lot more.
Dude, the mid range is it's awesome. It's the most fun. But if we're talking about actually like the least amount of spending,
Yeah, long
only
range.
upgrading your factory and going long range, there's no cheaper spend in the game.
No, I mean you're right on that. In long range troops, I mean, you got snipers. I mean, snipers, and if we use snipers as 41s, we only use them for like meat shields. And if we're being real, I only use it for meat
Snipers
shield.
at all anymore, Woody. I don't
What's-
use them for anything anymore.
Well, you don't. You use mid range
Well, I mean,
stuff,
even for
but
backline, even for an MRA player, because we still have to run
yeah, you got to run some backline.
backline, and we don't even use those anymore at all.
I run 10,000 just for that extra. You guys hit the snipers first before you hit my cannons.
I like those shielders, man. Those T13 shielders, they work out okay.
The shielders are awesome, absolutely, but the
All right.
cannons are better. I will say.
Oh, of course. No. I meant in addition.
You're going to run higher if you're mid range. You're going to run higher cannons than your shielders, about 50% less.
Yeah.
Is that the right mix? Honestly, a mid-range person asked me the other day, if you don't mind telling me. What's the right mix?
That's what I
if
do.
you're-
But that's the right mix, yes, for the back line. But you also have to. Then you have the other two, because you got 4 spots, and you're going to determine your spots. And this would be like a RAS thing, based off the fleet formation that you're facing, because it'll change where the Titans hit you. You ever fought somebody in the mines and their Titan freaking one shot your Titan and killed you like 80%?
Yeah.
You had the wrong backline troops if you're MRL.
I get you 100%. So, but give me the generic one. If you don't know your opponent's coming, your mid-range.
There is no generic. There is no generic. I mean, there really isn't.
Yeah,
You literally have to know. It depends on the person.
Definitely cannons and shielders.
Yes, correct.
All right.
And you're talking about an MRA player?
Yeah, I'm just asking for an MRI player. I'm not an MRI player, but I'm asking for an MRI player. I assume the back is shielders and cannons, and the front is probably all 4 types.
No.
But I'm ignorant because I don't have.
You just, yeah.
There's a secret sauce in the front, which I won't give that information because I don't want to teach the LRA players how to beat us. But
yeah, but wait, hold on. I mean,
that being said,
if you're fighting a mid-range player, you're going to want to use mid-range troops because because Raz said it. The fight is in the back. For when you're fighting a mid-ranger, the fight is in the back. So
a mid-range player is going to have back troops, just like a long-range player is going to have mid troops. You have to nowadays. It's it's the formation.
Right, but like for instance, long-range attack, long-range versus mid-range. That long-range player has to send more mid-range troops because you want to kill their Titans first when you're attacking a mid-ranger.
But
you want to kill
Woody, see, that's where it's wrong because you're talking about the mid-range that as an LRA player is using. You don't really have a mid-range attack. See, the difference is a mid-range player uses the long-range troops as a buffer, so he doesn't need the actual attack from it. He just uses it as protection for the Titans. But for an LRA to actually use it, it's not going to be that much of a difference. Like you running mid-range troops is almost a waste.
Well, I wouldn't run a mid-range fleet. I'm saying I would put more.
No.
I would put more mid-range than I usually do. So I'm attacking your back and weakening up your back to get your Titans
has to
faster.
run mid-range because if we hit him with troopers, our troopers are going to obliterate his Titans quick if he doesn't run the mid-range. It's not even an option. That one of those 3 balls will hit a Titan every time if he
Yeah.
doesn't have a mid range.
And not to mention, like me, I got like close to 1,000 mid-range attack. That's not even having any of it in my stats. It's just, I mean, not anything in my own worldlies. That's just, as a 41, you do build up mid-range attack too. 1,000, let's say you guys don't have much long-range HP, so if I put let's just say 50,000 mid-range in there, it's going to attack your back line, your buffer, your meat shield for your Titans, and it's going to start eating that away. I'm going to attack a mid-range. I'm trying to kill their Titans first. If I'm attacking a long range, I'm trying to kill the front line first.
We're both trying to kill each other's Titans, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's the thing I've been having in the minds with 722, because 90% of their players are mid-range players, and I'm telling you, it's been so now I gotta add troopers instead of rockets.
You need all 5 troops if you're a LRA player. But yeah, I'm seeing in the when I battle LRA players, I'm killing their Titans 90% of the time before I do the troops.
Those Titans are weak.
I disagree. I'm hitting 41s, 42s, and 43 Titans.
You're not killing my
that's
Titans.
The version weak. They're 3,000, 3 million Titans. Damn. I'm hitting.
You're not killing my Titans. Fucker.
I bet I do.
I bet you do. I will definitely put a fucking a counter fleet on there. But but sometimes there is no counter.
I'm just
for
saying,
it,
I bet I kill your Titans before I'm saying you'll still have other troops left.
Yeah, but once the Titans fall, it's game over.
Well, that's the point. That's exactly the point.
It's just like when the front line falls, it's game over. Like there is no coming back from that, even with your Titans still being up. Your front line falls, it's over.
But that's why formation is so important, because if you can know that person's formation, you do a spy hit or whatever, you can counter their formation to where your Titan can one-shot them.
I mean, yeah. But I
had my warplane one-shotted, Woody, and it was a swing of 600,000 points or troops. I'd never seen that. I would shock the shit out of me. I couldn't believe it.
Imagine if that was void.
Dude, I mean, it was literally. I lost by 300 when he one-shotted it. I changed my fleet and I won by 300.
Let me guess.
Tell you the difference.
When you lost, let me guess. The second you lost that, you went right to everything: the fleet formation, the stats, like why and how, and how to fix that.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
You're probably like, that ain't working.
I couldn't believe. I mean, he had 42, he had 44 and a 45 Titan, but still, I was still shocked. I hadn't seen that in a long time.
Well,
I mean, a warplane hit like that.
Person that knows how to fight mid rangers. I mean,
no, he was a mid range player.
Oh, he was a mid range.
It was 2 mid range players, and I'm not used to fighting that too much.
Well, mid range versus mid range. I mean, that's you can't use the same fleet against that either.
Well, no shit, but I forgot, damn it, that he was mid-range.
You fucked around and found out.
Yes, I did.
We all do that.
Got hit hard too.
I bet you he used the right fleet formation.
Well, let's just say I don't use that formation no more. Not now.
You took it out. You took it out of your entire setup.
It's deleted.
So I do gotta say this, because people have been asking me left and right, and I've only posted so many times. There is no merger for December, guys. There's none. It's been no merger for December. It's been verified through Camel. They said the next merger will be in 2025. I'm assuming January will happen. So
now, is that for everybody?
What are you talking about? Everyone, like?
Well, let's just say every nation in the game. Let's go with that politically correct version.
So the politically correct version would be like how they usually merge people after GC. It's going to be like that again come January-ish.
So they're not actually merging any nation at all.
Any nation, as far as I know. Now, to see, I don't know if they're merging the lock nations. I mean, that's really hard to keep an eye on.
I haven't heard anything at all.
Either have I. Either have I. So I was just told by Camel that there is no merger in December. So it doesn't mean that they've stopped merging altogether. It just means that December there's no merger.
Maybe they took off a week or two or something.
They said there's a lot of holidays that are happening, and they're having their annual meeting. Their annual meeting, like
Could you ask when we're getting our female Titan skin, please?
I have not asked them that, and there's Camel's only gonna tell me so much. So I mean,
Well,
and
can we
it's
get
only
some hints, please?
there's only
Can
so
we get
much
some hints?
there's only so much I can say, even if they did tell me. Like I can't. If they say not to say anything, I literally can't say anything.
Well, yeah, no, I completely
But
understand.
I mean, I do send hints. I'm just saying, and I've sent hints before.
I agree. I agree. Do you think the Titan skin that the female has is nice, or do you think they should come out with a new one?
It's gonna be the same as how the male will be.
You're not following me here, Woody. You're killing me.
I know what you're saying. You're saying a third Titan.
No. I'm talking about the skin. Purely the skin. I'm trying to get a hint here.
It's not going to be the same. It's going to be like how the male Titan is going to be, the mechanical, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Would you think that it's a high probability that there might maybe be a new skin in December?
If, and it's a really, I don't know kind of deal, but if it is, it's going to be within the next couple of weeks, like Christmas,
fair
New
enough.
Year's
Fair enough.
kind of deal. But that's
When is the Chinese New Year?
What's coming? What's coming? You know what's coming. You know, I don't mean you know what's coming in, undercover information. But we all knew that a drill master was coming that was going to give a mid-range buff. So we all know that I guess the female skin is coming to match the male. What else is coming to match that? Like anything else that we know obviously that's coming?
So if you look at the game War and Order, and I know this is as best as I can say, this is a sister mirrored game of that, just like different names and different like looks to it. So if you know and you go by the information of when they brought things into the game, and just add however many years that they've been that game has been in there compared to this game, you average out when it should be coming.
Yeah, so C44, obviously.
Yeah, that's.
But what else?
Do you think 44 is coming out in March or June, Woody? If you were to guess, and I know Camel hasn't told you, but if you were to guess,
see, every single time this question comes up, I remember the whole thing that happened with Lumberg, and I don't want to be in his shoes at that point.
yeah, but we're saving people money. That's why I'm saying that, and to me, that's a big deal. You know, a lot of the things you teach here at show, and all the vets save people money by doing these types of things. And if you were to start buying the first couple of packs now, versus if you waited, and then you tried to race towards it, you and I both know that that's an incredibly painful thing.
Yeah, it's very, very painful. I would definitely start buying the first 3 packs.
That's what I need to hear.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I need
So
to hear.
what about commander level? Since they raised the zombies to 35.
So with War and Order, they are at level I think it's 75 right now. So that is coming. When I don't know, but it is
When
coming.
did they go to 75 in War and Order?
I have to look it up. Hold on.
I say that because you
I
said
think
at
it
the
was I think it was like this year, but back in May, April. Let me just double check real quick. See, it's not called Commander Skills. I don't know what it's called.
Commander level, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
Commander level.
Is it Commander level?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everything makes sense.
AOD is commander level.
Everything makes sense. The uranium's cheaper, so we'll get C44, sure. Obviously, they have to match the Titan skins, sure. They're going to have to put out another officer skin. Like, you haven't put the wild card out there, which means it has to be an officer skin.
Yo, my question is that Titan skill that's locked. When's that coming out?
Oh, you're talking about the talent?
The fist, yeah.
That's a good question.
Never.
That right there, I don't have an answer. I know
Is it open? Is it open
yes,
on the other game?
it is. But they got like C45 already over there. So
What about equipment, Woody?
that I don't know either.
I don't mean Titan equipment. I mean regular.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because yeah, I've been saving.
I think we all been saving for that.
Bro.
I
And
think
what about
there's
that building? Have you heard anything? Is that dead in the water? For the academy or whatever it is?
so when this advanced building in War and Order came out is when C-45 came out over there.
Okay, well that's good to know then.
So
Fair enough.
if that gives you an idea, that was like one of the perks of when they released C-45 that was with it. Like that.
Nice.
So with that being said, I mean, if and when Camel releases C-45, it's not going to be just the same thing that you're looking at. There's going to be other things added to it. Now, in War Order, they do not have a new resource. They're still using the same resources as they have in the game now.
That was the next question.
So, with that being said, I don't think they're going to introduce a new resource. And if they did, then I don't know. Like, that might be a little bit of the difference that's between War and Order in this game.
All right, so to-do list: C-45, Commander
44.
level 75,
It'll be 44.
Equipment level 8.
Well, I'm trying to pull up.
We're one level behind the War and Order. A lot of people don't realize. When you say 45, I said that.
I'm trying to look and see exactly when more commander levels came out. I remember someone showing a picture of when it came out. It was this year, but I think it was like April that it came out. But everything I'm seeing on like YouTube for it is everything literally is like 2 years ago. So
I'm thinking C-44 around October.
Nope. We have this debate. Nope. March or June. Take a side bet.
What makes you think so?
Because Lee God and a few other people did the math and they calculated it, and that based off history, that's the time it's going to drop.
Okay, so based off
C-41
history,
C-41 came out in November time of the year.
October.
Was it October? Well, I was close.
C-41 was October 17. C-38 was October 13. So I don't know what fucking math you guys are getting out of your asses.
Hey! Careful, we're not in my server. respect the server, please.
Sorry, I mean your peaches.
He's just mad because he don't have the uranium saved up, Woody.
Either do I.
Tip, what's the bet? Tip, what's the bet? I'll take the bet. What's the bet? After April?
I do something small, man. Lunch, whatever you want. Something, dinner, whatever.
make that a side thing, not here.
Yeah,
No, I would have done blue coins. I'm joking around, but it doesn't matter.
Camel gets paid either way, right?
I think it'll be September, and I don't need a bet. I don't care at all.
I mean, it's a possibility. It might be September. Many people say April, July. I'd say when it comes out, it comes out. Like,
I think here's a different way to put it that might make it fun. The thing that might make it fun is this the last GC with 41 as the top?
Ooh, I think we'll see another 41 GC.
Yeah,
because the next GC is what, like
it'd be
March,
April.
April
would start. It would start in April, I think.
It's gonna be 6 months away. So if you're saying we're gonna get 44 soon,
no, that's only like 4 months away, 3-4 months away.
Yeah, that's true. They wouldn't do it They wouldn't do it in the middle of a GC. I don't think.
Let me correct you on that. They used to merge. They used to merge. They're in literally in the middle.
City level. I meant Papa City.
Oh no, they would never do that. They would never do
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I don't think they would Papa City.
So how long is a GC season? 3 months? 2 months?
Was it 3-4 months every GC?
6 months. We had
3 months.
It was twice a year.
No, it comes every 6 months. But how long is it?
How long is GC?
It's 10 weeks. It's 10 weeks. It's 10 weeks. It's every 2 weeks, 5 rounds, right? 3 preliminaries, 1 semi, 1 final.
GC's every 6 months.
You're right.
Twice a year.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right about that.
2.5 months.
You're absolutely right about the GC timing. I'm always thinking about like when GC ends, it's 3 months later, but not including the 3 months that we spent in GC.
So that's it. You're gonna get one more C41 GC maybe, and that's it.
Probably. And I got a real good feeling that my nation 736 is going to be dropping down, like Tip said in one of my last podcasts. It's going to be dropping down into the 600s and the 500s globe for GC, which means we're going to get slaughtered.
Welcome to the
Nah, I
club.
don't think so.
Welcome to
Unless
the club.
all the nations below you merge.
They're eventually going to merge them, and
We went through and counted them all up.
yeah,
and we
there's
did the math. It's gonna.
there's going to be nations
This
below
GC,
me.
it's next one for sure.
I
100%.
wouldn't mind merging into the 800.
You're in 717 purge.
Yeah,
You're not merging into the 800s. I promise you that. You're gonna be hitting the 500 GC bracket before I do. We're at the same time.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be literally freaking bent over the whole entire time.
Again, join the club.
But on the good news, you're gonna get to learn to see how it is when GC comes when Woody's there. Zero out Woody as soon as it starts. Like I don't know. I'm sure you guys remember when I was in 373. Every GC the second it started, Woody got zeroed. Every single time. I was the first. I literally was the first person to get hit all the time. But it's all fun and game. It don't lose troops that way, right?
I think they should have kept the little items for GC.
I don't. No,
that would suck.
Dude, look, you're just saying that because you can afford all those little items and with no problem. But we're talking about majority of the game that.
Hey, I'm allowed to say that I think they should have kept it. I mean, come on
the
now.
ones in Triangle War when Camel messaged me, I was like, "Yo, get rid of it." Like, it doesn't make sense.
I love it. It's like Ironblood. Ironblood buffs are just awesome. Love it. Ain't gonna lie.
If you play Ironblood.
Everybody who drops their city in is addicted to Ironblood. Let's face it.
I tried it not. Yeah, you're right, dude.
You got the double popper, the shield breaker, whatever it is.
I know.
Love it.
Imagine if they brought that into the game for like Void. Oh.
No, then I would cry too. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody would cry. That would end the game.
but let's say they did that. And we all know they're not going to. But if they did that, it would take for a team attack every player to use that. And what if that?
They would zero nations, man.
But what if the like? Well, I don't know if they'd zero nations. They'd zero the top players definitely. But
oh hell no! You bubble pop everybody.
Nations would get zeroed.
You go get them all.
Look, there are nations with like the strongest players of C37.
Yeah, but
you go sit over there and just hit everybody. Baloney.
I don't know if it costs $100 a pop to do that.
Well,
I ain't doing no. I might do like 3 times during Void, but I ain't doing it fucking 1,500 times in one Void.
I mean, I can't play around Ironblood without getting hit 4 or 5 times with a nuke.
Exactly. I got hit with a nuke when I had like only 1,500 troops left, and someone still nuked me.
I had C41s hitting me with nukes. I was like, what the heck?
Well, I had 34s hitting me with nukes, dude.
Well, that I expect.
Yeah, but the amount of money they spend in the nukes.
I agree with you on that.
They could have put it in the city.
That's their way of getting you because they can't do it the other way. You know what I mean? That's what I'm implying.
They got the report. It's underneath their favorites. They got that report. That's what it all matters about.
Exactly.
That report. It's like crack.
They get to try out T13. I mean, they're ecstatic. Let's face it.
Right.
And that's why Ironblood is.
Okay, that would have been like, you know what? Here, I'll be right back.
Hey Woody, not to bring up the past, and we all know this guy's name, but we could call BS on that Alliance Tech building that he was trying to say.
I'm
you
sorry.
know what I'm talking about?
You talking about who?
well, I don't want to bring up his name in here, but he was trying to brag and wanted to even bet Bluecoin that they were coming out with an advanced tech building because the uranium got cheaper, and it never happened.
Okay, so like I said, when 45 came out in the sister game, the mirror game, is when that came out. So until we see 45 or
It
44,
ain't coming out.
whatever it ain't gonna be there. And I wanted to say that so politely, but I mean that's until we see a bigger city level, I would not expect that because it didn't come out. It didn't come out the second the 44 came out or 45 came out over there. It was like a few months later.
Do you think it's a possibility that you have to be 42, 43, 44 to have that advanced building, or is it going to be for all city levels?
See, that's something I didn't actually look into, but that's a good possibility.
That's a
Because that
great
would just
question.
make the gap even bigger.
Yeah, and I think that when it does happen, I think these doors are going to open, and that might bring you or allow you to um, get to that. Like even as a 44 or 45, I think that's what's going to happen is like you got to pay to open these doors, and then once you open those doors, it allows whatever building wherever it's going to be built, right here. Um, that's where it's going to be allowed to build it is once you open those doors, and it probably is going to be uranium to open it.
Thank you.
I think if they come with a new building, it's gonna be like for everybody. It's not gonna be like just for 41s or 45s or whatever.
It'll be level 1 through 30, probably. Just
Yeah,
They
they'll
might.
probably be level 1 to 30 or something like that.
I
Especially for
agree.
like equipment or academies or whatever.
You'll have to be a higher city level to open certain levels. That's all.
Yeah,
And
unless they're gonna do it like you have to be a C30 to open the uranium mine.
Well,
Then
it
you have to probably
should,
be like a C30 to open that building.
it should be mentioned that one of the buildings they released to was basically like they didn't release C42 through 45. They like added a building, and then you had to like level that building or something like that to get the new troop levels. So there is a very real possibility of them releasing a new building. And it's just in what shape or form, or if they just do straight levels. We'll see.
right, and if any of you guys are paying attention to that other game, that new building, the advanced, we're just gonna call it advanced technology. It was like weapons, boots, sword, like they were actual weapons for your Titan, not your Titans, but like your officers. And I was told it's very expensive. That there's going to be that it's going to be slim to none that can really afford it. Like the free to play players, they're not going to be able to afford it. Like right off the bat.
Was there something cheap on the
Dude,
game that I wasn't aware of?
dancing in front of the mirror.
What do you mean something?
Uranium.
What do you mean? Is there something cheap? Ooh.
Uranium.
I got excited.
Woody loves that damn gold one.
I do. I love the gold.
I hate that gold one, man. I never buy it.
Why? Why wouldn't you buy it?
I don't know.
You want to know why
Give me another Freya limited pack, and I'll buy all of them again.
I don't know about that limited pack for Freya, man. The 99 ones. I don't know. That was just
That's a ripoff.
yeah.
But we did it.
$40 for six pieces of Freya ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Woody spent $1,500.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
And then turned around and skipped the daily pack.
Man. I skipped the daily pack. I skipped the daily pack because I didn't realize it was that day, and I regret it now.
You know, almost like if Campbell would put a picture up in the right corner of like the important officer of the day, that would really help. You should like recommend that to Campbell.
Recommend. Oh, shut up. Oh, smart ass. That one little thing I just bought right there freaking triggered that the alarm. You know what alarm I'm talking about? That text message.
Oh, credit card.
Yeah,
Ding.
yeah. Bing. You sure this is you? They really don't got anything good in the store today. Like,
sucks.
Nothing good at all.
Just one war officer. That's it.
Bro, it's Thursday.
I know. Well,
Everything sucks on Thursday.
they got Saki and they got Stormbow. Was that? Yeah, Stormbow. Don't
Tornado
ever,
news sucks.
don't ever get this, guys. Don't ever get this.
Woody,
Ever.
I got a simple thing for you. Some
Okay.
advice you can give people. What's the one thing you would tell people that you played against in Global Conquest? What should they focus on? Titans or Warplane or officers or whatever? What advice would you give?
I would give.
Delete the game.
No, no.
Yeah.
My advice would be to in GC is to get as many people online as possible. And what I mean by that is like we were able to get what 25, maybe 30, and that's not enough to go ham in GC. So
You either have to get the world's greatest merger, or you have to go out and recruit players. It's that simple.
yeah,
There's no other. Either
You
the world's
literally
greatest
need
merger
about
or do the lock
250
nations.
players in
I could
every.
get
You had
50,
30. You had
60 for a
30.
hit.
in our alliance
Oh,
I could get 50, 60 maybe for a hit, but I can't get a 50, 60 to play GC.
Yeah, we like in GC rounds 1, 2, and 3 as a nation, we were getting like what 60, 70 in the rounds that are supposed to be active.
Yeah, the next level is GC for you, Woody. You got to have 200 plus players.
Yeah, I'm very aware of that. Very aware of that. But
so
the thing,
what happened? Did they spend everything?
what do you mean spend everything?
Did they spend like why didn't they show up when they needed to show up?
Because they're on the other side of the pond.
Timing.
Timing
Okay.
wise. So in the second round, we had a heavy showing for the people that are on the other side of the pond, but unfortunately, that's where the whales are not at. So you have 100 C-34s and 35s showing up. That's not going to do anything against 41s, especially against Lock Nation that's already dropping 150 of them in there. You're literally praying for a toilet without getting kicked out.
Gotcha.
That's go ahead.
732-1?
732-1 GC finals, yeah.
Okay.
They were able.
But tell the backstory. So then, what was going on with the other three nations?
So with that GC, it was supposed to be. They wanted it to be plenty of lock nations, kind of like how the 621 one is. But we all worked together and we tried to eliminate some of the lock nations because let's be real. Lock nations are strong, guys. They're not someone to mess with, and they got numbers. So they're going to come with numbers, and they got strong cities there. So in an unlocked nation such as ours, our job was to, in the semis and the preliminaries, try to knock out some of the locked nations to make it fair. I thought that I was going to actually beat 722 because the rounds that I showed up in, first and third, we did beat them. But they came in the second round, and they fucking got the full 45. But we didn't have attendance. So I mean, I thought we were going to win it until I seen the second round. I'm like, no, no. But the rounds that our SPT showed up, we did win those rounds. We just couldn't get we got like what 30,000, 25,000. So it just wasn't enough. But so the actual plan of going in with the last final nations were the first half hour. The three nations that the unlocked nations, they fought, in the towers. They gave it 100%. They didn't burn each other's cities, and whoever within that half hour, after the half hour, had the most points, the other ones pull out, and well, they burn 722, and that's how, yeah. So that way, it gives a half hour between those three unlocked nations to have a chance. Whoever's had the most, that's going to take the win. Because I mean, you make it to the finals, you want to win. You want to do what you can to win. But against a nation like 722, where they got a lot of freaking 41s, you're not beating them trying to fight everyone. You gotta have to. I hate to say it like this, but team up against them. You're gonna have to.
I think that's fair.
I mean, don't think for a second that these locked nations aren't going to team up against you. I mean, look what happened in 621. They just 621 outsmarted them.
What do you mean lock nations? Everyone's going to team up, man. The game is the game.
You say that, but I will say the best GC that I watched this go around, even though 621 did a great job of outsmarting the Lock Nations, which, hey, hats off to him, congrats. But to be honest, the most fun to watch was the League Gods GC. That was that was a really fun GC to watch.
The one that's on Nikki's server, yeah. That was I watched that one. 425 took the win against like 373, and 373 is a monster nation as well, ladies and gentlemen. But 425 finally got their win. They finally got it.
But they all fought independently. There was no teaming up. That's what made it really cool.
Well, I mean, when you're like out of the ranks of where the Lock Nations are, and I mean, you got what 442 is where it starts right now, so, and 442 was out. They're out. They're gonna probably get merged when they actually do merge in January. But at that point, like, you don't need a team up. You guys are strong enough to not have to. But like in my globe, my bracket or the brackets around me, you don't got a choice. Like we got what, one merge, so that's two nations. They have what, 6 merges? They got like 9 nations in there. There's a big difference in power and activity. So we had no choice. But if you notice, none of the Lock Nations, none of them in the entire game, won GC.
Yeah, there's a lot of civil wars going on right now.
Yeah, over GC, there's a lot of civil wars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's bad.
It's always cheapest to buy cities now. I mean,
there's truth in that.
Friends.
Best time to we don't buy cities. Keep that in mind. The best time to acquire somebody donating a city to you would be after a void or a big GC. You always see things pop up on Nation Chat, available.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Or they port right next to you,
I love that. Woody's Nation has a real good player that does that.
You see that, right? You see that, right? He was really smart.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Is that crazy?
No, Crazy's dead.
So what do you wanted that merge? What do you wanted that merge with Archie's Nation?
732.
Yeah. What do you think now? Now that they won GC, right? So you think you're going to get that merge?
That's not going to happen. I just it.
I don't think, as much as I want it to happen, and they're a nation that I would pick overall, I don't think it's going to happen because they've already had their second merger.
Yeah, watch him get 700.
That's not happening.
It would be Civil War the day it started. It would be Civil War the day it started. There's too much bad blood with 700 and 736. Me, I don't care. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do to say or change what there's going to happen. But the players in SPT, they don't get along with 700 at all. Unfortunately.
So talk about the dominoes then. There's the dominoes fall then. So who are you going to merge with then? Or who do you want to request? Or what do you think?
I've requested 3 different nations. But will I get it? I don't think I will. I don't think I'll get any of them because my first merger I requested with 738 and we got them. And they requested it with us and they got us. So I'm assuming that is literally a hand-picked merge. I'm assuming. But second merger, I think they're going to merge us with someone that's going to more balance the globe itself.
Like 717.
I wouldn't mind 717. You know why? Because you guys are active. You guys are able to pull 60 to 70 people in a single attack. And that's more important than having 2 extra 41s, 3 extra 41s. I'd rather have 70 more people in a single hit.
Yeah, we haven't lost a void in a while.
Against us.
We lost Frenzy.
Oh, that was Frenzy. That was Frenzy. My bad.
Yeah, we haven't lost a void in a while. A long time. We haven't lost a void. We lost a Frenzy thing or like 2 frenzies ago. I think it was 872, and they They just recruited a shit ton of points and bubbled the whole fighting day. That's it.
Well, I
Who'd you
mean,
get for Frenzy, Woody?
we're smashing them. We got 880.
Who the hell's that?
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Bro, our last frenzy, our last void, we fought 872. And during recruiting, they posted in their nation chat that, oh, congratulations to 872 for winning the void against 717. Bro, the second the KE started, we went over there and wrecked them. We went over there. They were up like 1 billion points when we went in.
Is that guy
finished? We beat him like by 2 billion.
Who went? Who was the nation? 817?
872. 872.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Pick that first player.
This is who we're up against.
Oh God.
But look at the kills. So I already know.
Yeah.
I already know he's not gonna fight.
No, that's gonna be a boring frenzy.
But
bro.
even if he did fight, that's 2 hits. He's done.
Yeah, he might be. They might be frenzy warriors though, because remember, kills don't get added in frenzy.
76,000 reputation.
Maybe that's a monthly.
Well, let's see where I'm at. Maybe.
Nah.
No, I'm at 300. Is he even playing?
He's probably sitting with like 1,000 LRA or mid range.
I have a city in their nation, and then the officers. This is this is their 39 right here. No, this is their 39. What is this guy? 38, 39.
So the 40 is 7.5.
See,
the 40 is 7.4.
Yeah, 7.4.
Yeah, he's like 1,000, like 1,000 LRA.
Yeah.
Nah, he's probably running 1,100, maybe 12 tops.
Nah, he's probably got a lot of farming.
I bet he's 1,000 melee
HP.
HP and like 1175 to 1,200 LRA.
He probably is farm officers. He got boosted.
And then this guy is literally 1 hit.
Yeah, Woody, those guys have a reputation of being like a farmer nation, at least from what I've heard.
Well, they're in civil war right now. They're in civil war right now. I try to actually speak some peace and some knowledge into their nation chat with them to like look. Even though we're gonna be warring them, they right now they're so split up.
Word.
Like so split up. I don't understand why they just can't get their shit together. And I try to explain to them, guys, once you get merged, if you merge with a nation like mine, I'm gonna give the order to just fucking eliminate all y'all. Like, if you guys can't get your shit together, like...
Looks like a boring frenzy to me, Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Woody, on the merger topic.
Yeah.
If you don't mind asking a question about this, like in 1115, 1115, we're unmerged like most nations in the thousands, and we're thinking about our first mergers, right? Like either coming up maybe in January or maybe even after next GC. Like, is there any viability into maintaining 2 separate top alliances, or is it just 100% you have to consolidate, like you have to go for that?
Well, on your
your
first,
thoughts and other
your,
people's.
On your first merge, you got to get into the top alliance. You got to have that one. Second merge, I can see you doing 2. But on that first one, you need to do it. You should be doing it even before your first merge. You can't... Okay, you said 115, right?
1115, yeah.
All right, so... Yeah, you need to have it. You guys are doing good. You guys are doing exactly that.
Yeah, we're pretty consolidated. There's a few higher level cities in our second and third alliance, and they're built around like their time zones or pride in their alliance, which is understandable.
Right.
We've tried to recruit them into Phoenix, but like I'm thinking about if we're merging with another nation that has a similar alliance to Phoenix and a similar spread of like top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we filter out to like a top 4 nation kind of thing? Like, do we really push for a merger? Do we kind of coexist?
Well,
like, interested in your thoughts.
My thoughts right now, I'm going to start with you guys' average is 32s.
Yeah, so like we might not even be merged this one, maybe after next GC.
It doesn't mean that you're not going to get merged. what I mean is you shouldn't be asking or even trying to get a merger until your average is like 34.
Hmm.
Because for say you merge, once you merge, you're not going to fight the same nations that you're fighting right now. For example, I'm merged. I'm seeing 385. I'm seeing 568 in voids. So imagine
567.
567. My bad. I'm seeing in 365. I'm seeing all those right now because I'm merged. So imagine all these players down here. If you're not at least average at 34, they're going to be irrelevant. Like they're going to be more liability than anything. And you got only 12 that is 34 and above.
Hmm.
So I would wait. I wouldn't even talk to your VIP. Don't talk to your VIP, any of y'all, until the average at least 50 players are 34 and above.
So I've heard you say that
C32
before
should be
about the
farmed.
average.
Yeah.
It's more like you don't want them. It's not that you're not going to get a merge before you have an average of 34. It's like the opinion of players that you shouldn't push for a merger because you're going to face those older nations that are just going to slaughter you.
Yeah, they're just going to slaughter you. And in reality, Camo really don't even freaking give your merge to your VIP, your top player, which would probably be this guy right here, Hero. Starts to
Yeah.
talk to them VIP and tell them what nation that they want. Doesn't mean you're going to get the nation you want, but they usually leave you alone until this top guy starts talking to their VIP.
Hmm.
So try to stay away from that. Because for all you know, you might get a nation literally their top guy is a 35. And then at that point, then what? Then you're like, well, fuck, what are we going to do now? I would definitely tell these players down here to start lighting a fire underneath their if they are going to spend. Not saying that they have to, but if they are, start lighting a fire underneath their asses.
And on like whenever it does happen, like consolidation is the key. Is that kind of the rule of thumb?
Yeah, your first merge, you want to get all your top players from both nations into the top alliance. Okay, and then you have the second alliance that are the mid range, the mid not range, the mid spenders to free to play players, but they're actually very active. And then that third alliance is usually like, all right, well, you guys dropped your bubble, you got zeroed out once. Here's your last chance. If it happens again, you have no protection at all. Anyone can attack you. And that's the way like our nation works is we only got top 3. That's all we have. Or top two. That's it. And we've actually...
And that third alliance is like your last chance. I think I've heard you call it before.
Yeah, I call it last chance before your enemy in a nation. It means your food. Your food.
Okay.
You should aim for a
Appreciate
higher
the
balance.
perspective.
You know how
Not
I
just a
found
city
like
level.
you know how I
So
found
you're
players
looking at
that
stats and
that's willing to
everything.
spend.
Hold on.
I found this one guy we found from this other like this farm alliance. He was in the farm alliance, and we've been watching him, and he seems active. And we brought him into BOW or alliance, and we put him like we had a huge battle, and he joined, and like he got so excited, Woody. He jumped from a 30 to a 37 in a month. In a month.
I believe it. Well, that comes to another thing that I was talking about not too long ago. Guys, you never know what kind of player you have in your nation, okay? We'll jump to FAM, which is in my nation. I'll explain what I mean. Second ranked alliance, okay? You never know. One of these players might be freaking a millionaire, a billionaire. Might be. But they might not have the taste of blood yet.
Exactly. That's what they need.
Yeah. So, with that being said, if they don't have the taste of blood and everyone around him, is not helping him, he's not going to want to spend because he has no help. But if you let's say that you jump to your top guy in your nation jumps to one of your alliance just to visit for one void or one frenzy, and he joins and he gets that taste of blood and that energy and wanting to attack and stuff like that. He's gonna follow you back to main alliance, and he's probably going to spend because he got that taste of blood.
I'm telling you, it's real. Just bringing one guy to a fight and that adrenaline rush, it's over.
Guys, I'm going to tell you something. Honestly, it's silly. It's a crazy story, to be honest. In 785, there was
Okay.
this dude that just lived in a bubble and literally never joined an alliance until he was C30.
Okay.
And we just kept telling him, like, what are you doing, man? Just come join our alliance. Now he's C40. Like, he eventually joined us. I can't even explain it. I can't even make sense of it. He lived in a bubble until he was C30, and now he's C40. So you never fucking know, man.
Oh yeah.
So here's another story. I'm sure the whole entire game they've seen. They know this name, Ram. Ram came from 373. I played with him, and he was telling me the story of how he became a whale. He got to that nation, didn't spend a single penny. And matter of fact, Lee Guy did the same thing. Didn't spend a single penny. And he went up against a different alliance in war, and they were literally boiling Ram. They were pushing him around, attacking him anytime they possibly can, like a civil war kind of deal. He got sick of it, and well, he spent very very heavy, very very heavy, and well,
40 seconds. $1 million later.
not like 1.2 million. Not even including the speeds, the heals.
That happened to a 38 in my alliance too. He got hit in a void, and they came to the nation chat and made fun of him. And he's been waiting for that nation ever since because he wants revenge, and he went straight to 38.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been trying to get that nation back in the void.
Now, with that being said, it's usually like within the first 6 months of the actual nation, when they first start, is usually when you see who your whales are. So it ain't gonna be 3 years later. All of a sudden, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna become a whale now. Trust me, if it's 3 years in and he's still 34, he's not gonna open his wallet now.
I mean, I have a few of those players, and trust me, they don't care. They just fight. They don't spend, but when the battle is ready, they're there. Trust me. And those troops matter. Whether it's 300,000, 350,000 they're sending, it helps.
Oh yeah, those 350.
Can we see like that one dude's like screenshot, if you will, like who went from like C30 to C37 in a month?
Oh, you want to see him? I'll screenshot it right now and send it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy. He's a Japanese guy.
And you know what? League God said the same exact story too. That he didn't spend till so long, and then he got sick of it, and he said, "Fuck it," and he went ham. Someone asked if I've seen a report. Here it is, and then we'll go into that screenshot.
I mean, the story is always the same, you know. 425 won with lead God saying a lot of his guys. I shouldn't say all of his guys. A lot of his guys are free play. Obviously, he's figured out the strategy. If he can win GC with a lot of free play guys, what more can you want?
That's fake.
It's
You think
participation.
You don't have that many 41s and have a free place. Let's clarify.
This right here, yeah. This I'm gonna say, yeah. This
That's a C41, and it seems like the stats on it is really low.
Are we talking about what he posted or what I was just looking at? All right, here we go.
If he went from C30 to C37 in a month, and he's some kind of whale, it's not impressive. But he's a C37, so props to him.
He's going. His officers went up. He's actually all right. I'll show you right now. We're in.
No, and like I said, I'm not.
I know.
I don't need to debate or you obviously would know better than I would. So I was just saying it's not that crazy, if you will. But somebody who you know, not a big deal. I was just curious. Yeah.
Let's check him.
He's active. That's all right. That's the what you call it, the Alliance Bounty or whatever that's going on, and that's him at the top of the list.
This is not always a good thing.
So
there is experience that you gain along the way.
Look at that thing, Woody. I just posted that screenshot in the chat.
hold on, I'm looking. Okay, so he's going ham in Alliance Bounty. So he's spending in the. Is he buying like officer stuff and Titan stuff?
His Titans he went gold with both of his Titans. He's been leveling them up. His officers, that's all he's been spending on right now because we've been guiding him.
Let's check it out. So his officers right now are 4.3.
Yeah, telling you, he's growing. He's going. His Titans.
I'm looking for it. So he's growing. He's growing the city.
He grew the city, but he did it the wrong way. I can say that. But then once we noticed what he was doing, we've got him on the path.
So here's the thing that I've noticed, and it even in my own nation, is a lot of players will go to the city right off the bat, get as high as they possibly can, and then they'll stop, and then they'll build the inside up. Now, with that being said, being he's a 37 right now, and where his officers are and stuff like that, he might want to sit out a couple voids or whatnot, or just do team attacks only.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing, team attack.
And focus on his officers, his equipment, his Titans, and his plane before he tries to start soloing people. But yeah,
we're mostly a team attack nation.
Oh, I know that.
I mean, sometimes, but we're a team attack nation, straight up.
Oh, I'm very well aware of you guys as being a team attack. Like, I even have you guys as a favorites on one of my one of the attacks. Matter of fact, I think 2 of them I kept you guys as favorites.
Yeah, we straight up team attack. Like, you unbubbled, we're coming.
Yeah, like this, they were able to send 57 to me, and before that, literally, it was a mistake because they had 57 and an additional.
And there was like
34.
30 something. Yeah, right before.
But these guys got in there too quick, and the other ones didn't get there in time. So they could have had like 80, almost 90 people hit me, but the time was off.
And they would have killed like what?
250.
1 million.
250.
Maybe that's because these are built properly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whenever it comes to like a bunch of cities like that are attacking a certain city like that, like the law of averages definitely plays into effect. Like, not the number of people that are attacking it.
So
these guys we've taken down.
Yeah,
Wales.
they actually got a YouTube. I forget they have a YouTube. They actually showed different 41s being burnt. So I mean, they do.
Taken down whales. We've burned a few whales.
That's understandable for sure.
What is this?
Like, pulling 57 with the right build, you could kill a lot more. Like, I'm talking about Woody here as an example.
I don't know how you
should have been able to kill a lot more.
Hey, Woody?
Right.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. One of our guys shot up pretty quick. In the past, 4 months, he's gone from like a 35. He just became a 41. That's Jeepster in 850. Is there a way that you could look at his build and see if there's some pointers for him? Because this guy's.
You said 850?
Yeah.
Isn't that JP Nation?
Yeah.
Told you, Woody, I want to go to the 800.
Let me find him. Yeah, I'll check it out.
What's his officer's power?
Well, let me. I gotta find them first.
Gotta go to the left, Woody.
I struggle every single time.
We know.
Every time.
We should make where we can punch in the freaking nation.
I've been saying that.
Hey, we
You
just
make
need
it
an
very
alert
short in
for
real life.
Freya. That's what we need to focus on for Woody. Come on now.
Shut
Baby steps.
Shut up.
Freya Saturday.
Yeah. Shut up. All right. Jeepster. He's a 41. Is that who you're talking about? Jeepster?
He just became a 41.
He's a little behind. So
Mhm.
as a 41, he should be about 12.
Okay.
What
Damn,
world
Woody,
is
you're
that
setting
though?
the bar high.
This is 850.
That's a lot
I think
of a gap.
So
I think he's pretty okay if he's a 41 at 8 in that type of world. I mean, you
well,
know.
I'm seeing I'm
Depends on who
frenzying
their matchups are.
I'm frenzying 880 right now. So that means he's in the brackets where they could eventually see someone like me.
We've seen
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but they're not
lately.
matching players for players. They're matching nations for nations. I mean, like, you know.
Right, but they have to.
He should be a C37 or C38 right now with that
Yeah.
battle power.
So at 38, you should be at 10 on your officers. That's
Yeah.
about the average. You should be at 41. You should be about 12, 13-ish.
Okay.
So he needs and this would go for Destiny as well. Anyone, you guys should need to stop working on whatever you're working. Let's see what you're working on. Titans.
Yeah, Destiny's lost cause. That's
Well, regardless, so this goes for
Yeah.
anyone in your nation. I would definitely stop working on those Titans and stop working on those planes, and he needs to really push towards those officers and get that up there, because your
Mhm.
officers is where your main power is.
Mhm.
What was his Titan BP?
2, I think it was.
2.2.
That's not bad. Titan's not bad, but if we're talking about officers, we're talking about 1200% LRA, I'm assuming, with like 1000 milli HP.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, he needs to be at least
That
10, 11. He can get there pretty quick, though, because it's cheaper at the lower levels than it is at the higher levels. Keep that in mind. So he can get there pretty quick.
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
If I was him, I would sit out Void, sit out those DoD, sit out Triangle, and just focus straight on freaking officers.
You kill a lot of
What's his
monsters and
battle
buy
power?
XP.
Woody, that's hard to do, Woody.
Hey man, it might be
That's
hard
not
or
easy.
not,
That's not easy.
hard or not, but I mean,
That's not easy. I tell myself I'm sitting out Iron Blood, and round 3 I'm there.
I told myself I was gonna sit out Frenzy, but the more I look at 880, I'm like, maybe I should go ham. Maybe I should go
You're
ham.
not going to have any. You're going to waste ports, Woody, and speeds galore.
Well, from what I understand, like that nation, a lot of bubbles drop,
Really?
and that's
Yeah,
why
that's
there's a
nations.
lot of civil war going on.
I like those nations.
Yeah,
That's
they're
why.
nice. You won't have to
That's why
bubble. You won't have to
Woody, you got to stop
save your
preaching the
bubbles.
gospel because you're the reason why these nations are putting up all these bubbles.
Because of me?
Yeah.
What? Why?
Now everybody hiding troops, everybody putting up bubbles.
Oh, you think no? I'm not the. Trust me, I'm not the
You're
reason.
the reason.
No, I'm not the reason. I
I'm
promise you
telling
that.
you, at least one person from every nation in this game watches your podcast. Whether they be Asian, German, doesn't matter.
I'll say one thing right now. If they don't learn now and they start going into these older nations, they're gonna learn real fast. So it's best that they get used to it now, or else they're gonna get hit so hard by like an
That's why
alliance.
the game. That's why the game's becoming a bubble fest.
We had a good matchup in Polar Wars against Lead God. It was pretty fun. This last one.
How scraper there you are. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
You went against 425 or did you go against their 357 League God?
The 357.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we ended up losing it in the last, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Yeah, because they took the center tower in the last 2 minutes and
That's
held it and got the 3,000.
That's exactly when you're supposed to send.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
That's
it was fun.
So
That's when you
in
that's when
polar
you hit the towers.
so in polar invasion, obviously, the points you want to keep them fairly within 2,000 um,
Mhm.
from the top, because the most important part is leaving a way to the middle, because that last 2 minutes, literally as soon as it hits 2 minutes left, you guys need to get into that
You hit
center.
that center tower.
Yeah,
Yep.
you have to. Like for
Because it takes
instance,
more than 2 minutes to walk back to their base.
yeah, you want that. Well, not only that, there's already going to probably most likely be a fight going on in there, so you're gonna have to wait till that fight's over, and it takes about
Yeah.
a minute for the actual fight to actually, go through. So
Yeah.
once it hits, I'll be safe. I'll say once it hits 3 minutes, you want to make sure you guys got that post and you're slow walking there, like you're on your way there.
Yeah, we did, except we were the second army there. We won the first one. That was against TBB. I can't remember the nation number.
No, that
Right.
alliance.
I want to show you guys what I did. It was I forget who I was in Triangle War with. Not Triangle War. Polar. So at the very end, they were not happy with me, but I did it anyways. I locked them out. I locked them out. So I think it was right here. I'll mute this.
Hey, sorry for interrupting.
Damn it, Woody's game.
What's that? Woody's game. So we go towards the end. How much more time is this in this one? Okay, I think there's. Wow, this is so blurry. That's why I hate up that. But either way, but you know that the spot that's you surrounded the center. I locked these guys out of it, so they had to try to go all the way around to get back into it, and it was like time was coming. Time was coming close. I think it was right. I think it was right here. Yeah, a little bit before that. So they're locked out, and they're forced to go all the way around here to get another entrance to there. This was their spot right there. It was right here, and I kicked them all out, and I stayed in there. And they did try to get me out of there, but they didn't. So they had to start going all the way around to get to another entrance. And by that time, the timeline, I mean, look, it says like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes left. That's not enough time. But they did what they had to do. They did not get first place though. 219 got first. And the only reason they did that is because they did that to me to us in a polar in the past. So let that be a lesson for a lot of people. When you go heavy in polar, there's going to be a time when you really, really, really need them to help you, and they're going to remember exactly what you did to them a couple months back. I hate to say it like that because I'm actually friends with them, but I remembered it. It wasn't. I remembered it. I was like, guys, if you guys watch that one, you'll hear me say, guys, watch this. Sorry.
Hey Woody, for Polar 785 had 425 had the God.
Yeah.
They never took S, and they murdered. They killed everyone. There's no reason to post the report. They were first by far. They literally never took S. They just took everything else.
They didn't need to win then. They were just that far ahead, huh?
Yeah, they didn't even care. Literally, imagine just not caring about core. They just took everything else and won, and then had a good time.
Who won?
425.
You said 425 didn't carry the center?
Never took S. I don't think they ever took S. Maybe I missed it, but I'm pretty sure they never did.
Yeah, watch the replay because I was there and we definitely did.
In polar?
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I was trying to give it as a compliment, to be honest.
No, I know you didn't. That's okay. But and you were definitely right. Like we were, I think we were 4, 5, 6,000 points above y'all. So yes, we didn't need to. I just wanted to kind of, but yeah, we definitely took it.
It was a total compliment for me, man. You guys killed the whole thing. My team was in third. We weren't even in second. There was no competition.
So
I mean, no, I mean, it was fun. I mean, no, it was fun. It was fun with everybody. I mean, like there was people we lost battles, we won battles, But no, we definitely took center, if you will. But yeah, no, we just
I tell you what, man.
the whole leadership, over there, like we're chilling until Void. So
4-2-5 wins again, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. We put a quarter in the Kelvin machine, and apparently we won 2 quarters of pack. So, but no, that's leadership stuff, and they're doing good, and we're doing good.
So 785. You guys are starting to see these older nations now, right?
Yeah, man.
And they get tough. So I'm not sure you weren't there when I put it in when they were 770. I told them like, you guys have so many 41s there that the people that are below there is going to really be insignificant at that point. Like the smaller people. And you guys seen that, and now I've seen that you guys started lighting fires underneath their asses, and they're starting to move. And let me ask you, is that 100% accurate? So these other newer nations, when they're trying to get a merger, they'll know what's coming when they get their merger.
I think the 700s are like the middle children. Like, some people are interested in playing and some people are interested in chilling. And so it's complicated. And the younger nations are definitely going to see this over the next months or whatever. It's tough. People got to decide if they want to play or if they want to farm.
Well, I mean, you know what you got to do to farmers, unfortunately.
Well, I think there's you can solve that. You gotta find out what kind of nation / alliance you are. You gotta find out what events you actually are pretty good at. You can be successful at. You need to concentrate on those and stop fucking around on all the other ones, wasting money, right? Like you got guys blowing money in DoD, but they're not growing their city. You know what I mean?
In all fairness, for to back 785, Triangle and DoD, their little players don't even need. They just need to put a city in there, and I'll be witness because there's only going to be 2 people to walk through the entire alliance there.
That's a fact. Yeah, we're a different nation for that one.
That's like they don't even need to participate, and they're going to win. Like so, when you see them in a schedule, like for the 700 nations, I'm not talking about the 5 or 600 nations, but in the 700 nations, when we see them in the schedule, we already know before DoD starts. We're not even trying. We'll get as far as we can with free items, and that's it. Like no one.
Man, everybody's playing smart. We lost GC, we won DoD. Everybody in the world would rather win GC and lose DoD, but we're all playing where we can.
Yeah, but you got players like yourself in Vegas and your nation to where even let's say if you got stopped, Vegas is going to come right back in and just finish it. Vice versa, if he got stopped, you're going to come in and just finish it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish people would save their money, to be honest.
And you ain't
fun to watch Vegas play, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It is fun watching him play, isn't it? Like even though like for say like I knew I was getting my ass whooped, it was fun. He just the whole fucking thing.
When we played him in Frenzy, it was neat to watch him port. Like he literally ported all 4 accounts right next to each other. It was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it. Like Lead God talked about this before. He said there's no way that you can play 4 accounts. Lead God's absolutely correct. There's 2 ways to look at it, though. Do you want him with you or do you want him against you?
I'll take.
I'm happy to have him with me.
Absolutely. I'd take him tomorrow.
I'd take him tomorrow too.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. I'd take him, but I know like merger wise, I don't know. Like your nation is so strong that I don't know what you guys are gonna get for merger. But
5, 6, 7. I would like them to get 5, 6, 7.
You guys already got your second merger.
Hey,
what are you talking about?
Quiet down. We're talking here.
You ain't. The adults are talking.
Come on up, Tip. Come on up.
All right,
come
I
on.
would love it.
785. We'll be good.
Hell yeah, we'll go up 785. I'm in.
Let's go.
Well, if you
That's
do
what
that,
I want.
I mean, a lot of players up there are not for working out with the Lock Nations tips, so I don't know how that's going to work with you.
Hey, you got four. You got all those freaking accounts. We ain't worried about anybody.
Like I know that I know you're friends with the Lock Nation players and whatnot, but up here,
That just is an easy pass. That's all that is.
no, they'll treat you as a traitor. Those Lock Nations would.
Nah, they're good.
That would
We'd
be
kill it.
interesting. That would be interesting to see.
I'd
Not gonna
love to
lie.
go up there. I would love to go there.
I think any
I'd be
old
lovely.
nation would love to go to the newer nations because that's literally like everything's a gimme. Like you don't even need to show up.
I think they're going to have to do something like. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, Woody, but eventually they're going to have to do something
Well, I mean they got
because if participation isn't there or the amount of players per nation isn't there, they're going to. I know everybody talks about the second merger as your final merger, but there's so many other variables that go into that equation that makes that statement false.
well look. It doesn't matter if you don't got a lot of participation in GC or whatnot. You want to know why it don't matter? It's because if you have a lot of farmers, the system, the algorithm, the whole
Agreed.
mainframe is going to see that. Well, fuck. You still just because you only had 60 people show up in your GC. Well, the system's showing that you had 4,500 people log in today into that
Well, the
nation.
number one thing you can do is get rid of your resource dealer if you have them, and you're correct. Limit your farms
I would say
tell
two.
people to kill their farms.
I would say
That's what we
two
do.
per person. Two per person till merge.
We're less than that, Woody.
I'm saying if because you know that all the farmers aren't going to listen. But if you give them the option to where it's only two par, then it's a better option than each farmer having 20, 30 cities that they're logging in daily 3 times a day. Because Camel don't know that's a fucking farm. They think it's freaking my neighbor and in a different house logging into it.
What we've been doing is sharing resources. So we limit the farms and then share whoever needs an upgrade or whatever.
Honestly, dude, by this time in the game, this late in the game, trying to merge your first time, your farms should have more resources
Absolutely
to help your entire alliance if they need it. Like there's no reason
Can
we
you guys
can farm
actually?
anymore.
Can you guys be specific? Can you guys be specific about this because there's obviously a crossover point, right? Like anyone in a very old nation doesn't care at all about resources, and anyone in a very new nation definitely cares. Where do you think the crossover point is where you shouldn't care about farms anymore?
After your first merger, probably.
No, what nation?
What do you mean?
I mean,
Are we talking
so right before
700? Are we talking 800? Are we talking 900?
I don't think the world matters. Like
Yeah,
what Tim
agreed.
was saying, like after your first merger, like say you're 30 through 35 or whatever, like after that point, yeah, keep one. You can definitely share it against like 4 people, like, yeah.
Put it this way: if I need 20 million minerals right now, I can post in my alliance say, "Hey, I need 20 million minerals to the next level," and I will. My entire alliance, they should have enough to get me there. Vice versa,
So
if this guy needs to go to 35, he's about to go there, and he needs, we'll just say 15 million minerals. The entire alliance should have enough to share with him. Or even if I had a lot of minerals, and they needed it, and no one's using their farm, I would literally freaking put my troops elsewhere, and not share my minerals with my main city.
I get a lot of minerals in Void now, to be honest.
Oh, I do too, dude. Like, I have a real deep shovel. Real deep shovel. You get hit. It's a lot.
A lot of these people like to go over to these, and it's any level. And I stress this: it doesn't matter if you're a 41 or 34. These people in these nations like to port to your nation, and they like to hide their troops and then leave their bubble open and sleep or whatever. Right? Go over there and just clean them out.
Yep.
Take all their resources.
That's what I do. Like literally.
Hell yeah.
While they're laughing with that report in Nation chat saying that they have no troops in there, I'm hitting that motherfucker, and I'm not gonna stop until that bubble
It
goes
takes
up.
them about the fifth
I
or sixth hit.
you just
And then
wasted
oh
my
shit.
you just
Whoa.
wasted my speeds. I'm at least going to get paid for it.
And you get within 5 hits, Woody, we get what?
A
One and a
million?
half million
Yeah, right around there. Yeah.
minerals? 1 million, 1.5 million? I mean, it's crazy.
And if you got a huge lead, like I'm talking like a 2 billion point lead, just pour it to an alliance and just start cleaning everything. Just hit everything. Who cares if it's T4 is there?
I mean, make sure you're not getting. I mean, make sure you can hit troops, obviously.
Well, yeah, but what I
You don't
mean,
get it.
what I mean by is clean it. If you got that big of a lead, and I'm not talking
Yeah, I
about from
agree.
recruiting. I'm not talking from just recruiting. I'm talking you got that big of a lead from fighting. They're done. Like they are done. They're not
Yeah.
fighting no more. They're bubbled up. They're licking their wounds. They're wishing that it would just end. Like just port to their alliance. Just fucking clean everything. All this.
I bet I port to more cities that are unbubbled 34s, 35s, and kill them more than anything, or take their resources more than anything nowadays.
Oh, I'll take the hell out of that resources.
Yeah, I do. I take them all. They stay unbubbled.
Especially
Thank
especially when they're trying to set a resource trap, for like 34. I'll
Mhm.
port right there and clean it all.
That's why they call me a farmer, Woody. Every void, I'll go clean people out. They just laugh. Everybody over there battling in the battles. I'm over there cleaning the idiots out who hid their troops. No bubble.
And I'm
Thank
sure
you.
I'm sure you guys all know what I'm talking about when obviously they're unbubbled, they're staying unbubbled. They got a post in the initial chat. They're all laughing. Oh, I got no troops in here. He spent it and he wasted it, and they don't realize that they're being cleaned out.
Mhm.
Every nation has it. Every nation has it.
I take them all.
Every last one of them. And all of a sudden the bubble comes up.
5 fleets coming. They start seeing their minerals drop. Oh shit!
Kill. I hit that one city in 385 that had 4 million T4s, and I kept hitting them until they were all gone, and I started taking minerals. Fuck it.
Hell yeah!
Now
Hell
imagine having to heal 4 million T4s.
Well, you're not. First of all, you
Well,
kill.
you're not-
You
yeah, I
kill
kill
3
them.
million of them.
Yeah.
3.5 million probably.
Right, but still, it's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
And honestly, 385 thanked me for doing that. Like, thanks for getting rid of our issue that we've been having. Okay. But I got paid for it.
Arm lives matter.
Yeah. All right. So, do we have any more questions? Any more questions that we can be answering? Because we're literally.
Any good frenzy battles coming up? Anybody got any
Hey.
good frenzies?
I got 880.
We actually might have a really good frenzy.
Hold on, I got a real good frenzy for you, Woody. 923 is facing 896. The two undefeated nations in our globe.
Ooh.
Nice. That'd be fun.
You said 896.
Oh, it's
Yes,
gonna be.
sir. Yahtzee
They're
against
both really
Lazy.
disciplined.
This gonna be fun.
896. I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
win
they
by
both have
5.
really
not by
high
4.
win rate.
Yeah, we both got high win. Neither one of us lost boys. They lost 2 frenzies. We lost 1. So we both know how to fight. It's gonna be interesting.
Okay, so you guys got 240s.
We lost 3, just to set the record on that straight. But Yahtzee just hit 40 like 5 minutes ago.
Dude,
Yeah,
Yahtzee's turning whale, man.
JT just went 38. I'm watching y'all.
Hey, Yahtzee, middle finger.
I think those are the exciting frenzies. Is like when you got 2 fighting nations, and the biggest battles are going to be in the towers.
In the towers, yes, sir.
In the towers. Not it's
I
going to
don't
cut.
think it last 2 or 3 hits though.
I don't know if 923 will fight him in the towers unless they've got a ton of people on.
Oh, you don't know who 923 is?
Ooh. There might be an upcoming void after this.
Nah, we
I've
open
seen
for
that
something
movie.
else. We was able to keep
Right
friendly
up.
here, man.
I'll tell you this, Woody. If 923 and 896 did merge, all these lower nations that are right below them better watch out. Like, seriously, watch out.
I know they can send a lot. They can send numbers.
They will put a 90, 100 man hit on you. I can put money on that, guarantee.
I think that would be interesting. They could. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think 90 of a nation like this could do
They've
it?
got a lot of organization and a lot of really good leadership in their nation. 923 does. I've seen.
Oh, I know they do. I know that's Reuter's nation.
Not Router.
It depends on who they're hitting, Woody.
And okay, so let's say they got you're looking at them, 34, 35, 36, up to 40. We'll go to their officers. 11-8. This guy's strong. Yahtzee is strong. Matter of fact, yeah, I know who Yahtzee is. Then we got Titans. 2-3, 2-2. So they got decent Titans there too. Warplanes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got 7 gold ones over there.
Woody, they top power is stronger than us. We're not going
I
to
know,
deny that.
right?
That's
No,
why
no, no,
if
no.
the merge happen,
I'm talking
it
about
works.
if I know I'm going through what they have here, and then I'm going to go through 923. And if you guys are
Oh,
able to,
we're not going to dispute that. They top power is stronger than us. There's no question about that.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
He was questioning like if we were together.
If you guys merged and you guys have sent the 90 shot at me, if I can handle it, or if you guys would burn me.
No, we can't beat you, but we'll beat somebody with 170, 175
No,
easy.
what I'm saying is if you guys both merged and got that super
No, we
alliance.
can't. We wouldn't be able to beat you, Woody. Because if you get rain, we're gonna definitely lose. But you at 300 now, right?
I'm not talking about no range, no rain at all.
No rain,
yeah,
but you at 300 now. I don't think we could beat you.
322. But a 90
I don't
shot.
think we could beat you. I don't think we could beat you because we
With your
coming.
Titans out, Woody. With the Titans out,
No, hell, maybe with his Titans out because we'll hurt him before his Titans come back.
Right,
but I don't think we beat him.
Well, I
too many troops, man.
In a frenzy, you probably still gain points.
We're winning points. Yeah. But we wouldn't beat him. We coming with too many 34s and 35s. The participation is there, but the troops you're gonna kill is gonna be crazy.
I still think maybe a 90 shot because so that would be. Let's see. You guys had
another year. Give us another year if we do merge. Yeah, then we might be able to do it. Not right after our merge. Hell no. That's suicide, man. No.
Would you try?
No. Hell no. I'm called in a frenzy. I would. Not in no void. No. I'm calling that shot. I'm leadership. No, we're not doing that. I'm logging off.
It was friendly, and we were losing. 896 would want to be in that.
And that's what's good if we do merge because we both suicidal like that. We'll try something like that. It's crazy. Like, hit the 41. Come on, let's do it.
But what if I'm sitting right here? I'm sitting right there the whole time unbubbled. The whole entire time.
In void?
Yeah, in
void. In void? No.
Yeah, come on.
No. Not at 320, 300? No, we don't. Not yet. Give us a year. When our average level was more of a 35, 36, we'll smoke you.
If I sent my Titans and my gold plane out there, and I had no reinforcements, I think with a 90 shot of after merger between your two nations, I think you can take me.
Without your Titans there, yeah,
correct.
We'll kill you.
I think you better even if you didn't take me, you're gonna really hurt me, and to the point where I do bubble and I probably stop playing. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Without your Titans, I think we take you, Woody. We killed Jason in 982 when our average city was C30, C31, and he was a 41, and we killed him at 60 BP without his Titans, and that was 9 months ago. So if we merged with them,
60 million BP.
60 million BP, and our average city level was like a C31. The highest was a C37. We killed them.
Y'all are not doing that to Woody. Y'all are not doing that to Woody. I mean, it's awesome y'all are doing that, but y'all are not doing that. Like,
no, I'm not saying. No. Listen, in frenzy, we're gonna try him without them Titans. If we get this merger, we'll try him without them Titans. He go to hit somebody and lead that city on, but why not? We winning points anyway.
I would definitely be up
with
for
a 90
that.
shot.
In Frenzy, I'd definitely be up for that challenge. I would literally send my Titans out for let you guys do it. I think
That'd
that'd
be
be
awesome.
interesting. I think that would be interesting, and it would show your nation and all these newer nations what they can do and what they should be trying to do in Frenzy. Because guys, Frenzy is the opportunity to see what your nation and what your alliance can put together and do, to see your strength, what you can do, what you can zero out. Because you know what? Void is not forgivable. So if you try that in Void and you lose, you don't get those troops back. So to try it in Frenzy and know what you can handle is what you want to do in Frenzy. Like, even if it's a freaking far fetched, you know you're gonna lose. You can still look at the report and see where those stats are and see how many you killed and do the average about what you were able to kill.
Yeah, but it's more exciting to do during a void.
It is.
Like, you got more skin in the game.
The reports mean more.
No,
You're absolutely right.
Listen, I want to I want to kill your troops in Void, though. I don't want to get my troops killed, even though we can lose 150,000 apiece. But I want your city on fire.
Well,
Like
if you're
I'm not gonna, we're not gonna go commit suicide and then we just lose and your city is still not on fire. I'm not gonna do that. If we're gonna lose them troops, your city gonna be on fire.
so here's the thing that people in the game need to realize something. If you're gonna lose troops. So in Void, you have to already know and walking into it that you're sacrificing in one fleet. Period. One fleet, sacrifice it. If you really want to see that city burn, everyone has to understand that one fleet is going to be sacrificed. And if you're not able to commit to that and be okay, later on in the game, it's going to be really hard to get everyone to sacrifice a fleet against a fucking 41 that's such as mine. You have to take that sacrifice. Now, you already know what you can and cannot do. Excuse me. So sacrificing now in Void would be stupid. But never be scared to lose his troops, even in Void. Never be scared. Know your limits. Don't go past your limits in Void. Learn to use that retreat button, which I'm sure you know how to. That retreat button is going to be your best friend. It is one of the best buttons in the entire game is that retreat button. Don't worry about people saying, "Oh, you're a pussy, you retreated." Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. When you hit in there and you're eating and you see 10 people freaking about to come in there, get out. Get out. As fast as you can. Get out. Even myself, I do that.
It's amazing how many players don't have the common sense to do that.
To retreat, yeah.
Not even women get mad when you retreat. You know what I mean?
It is a good win because if you look at the report, you'll see that. So the most troops are killed in the beginning of the battle. The first 10 seconds is when most of the troops are killed, guys. So if it's 10 seconds and you get out, they're not going to kill many of your troops. You're going to kill a lot of theirs. Now, if you hit a whale, you try to solo a whale, they're going to kill more troops anyways because you still got to be able to kill their troops. But that's like a team attack. Try to test this in Frenzy. This is one of the things I'm trying to test with my alliance. In a team attack in Frenzy, try doing a team retreat. And everyone, once they have that in their head, that once the battle's starting to go bad, to retreat as a whole, as a team, the numbers that you can save and the numbers that you can kill for that is significant.
Yeah, usually like, hey, in chat,
definitely, if you're doing it in Frenzy, definitely set, a parameter or a bar, if you will, for your team. Being like, hey, if we get in here, we're going to count to 10, we're going to hit retreat. We're going to get in there, if we see this amount of rain, we're going to hit retreat. Like, definitely set, a limit to, all right, yeah, team, whenever we go in there, because, like, in Frenzy, you can definitely have that shot and shoot, 20, 30, 40% above what you normally would. But as far as like a retreat thing, like what is right, but like just have that clear before you all go, because if you do it before like you all go and then you're like, oh fuck, you guys didn't retreat, and nobody planned it before, then it's kind of like, all right, 6 1/2 dozen, But no, yes, it's a good thing. Just like make sure you set the parameters before you go, because
Bro, can I say this? In Frenzy, if I hit your city and they reinforce with 15 people, I'm gonna die. But I'm gonna share that city.
Oh yeah.
And My team is coming right after that because y'all reinforcing. I love to see somebody reinforcing frenzy. We taking all of those points, all of those,
what I'm saying,
all of
like
them.
you're missing what I was saying. Like, Woody was talking about like trying to like,
That's for
test his
void,
team.
brother. That's not for frenzy. I would love to see some. Don't retreat in frenzy.
Oh
Take the
hell
ball.
yeah, hell yeah! I would
It's in your
retreat.
team.
I would
you,
retreat. I would
you,
retreat, speed back, and hit you right back.
you
Yeah.
can definitely retreat in frenzy too. And like I said, like the way that Woody was talking about, like with his team, I was just doing that, is all.
Void, I agree with you. That void retreat, we learned that a couple months ago, and you can really
There's
take points
you
if
can
you
do
go
it.
with
You can do it in
power.
frenzy too.
Yeah, you
You can
can
do
do.
it in frenzy too. And trust me, if you disregard it and you think it's like kind of like whatever, trust me, you'll definitely get ate up on it. Like, and we've done it, and I've done it. My team's done it. You know, and a lot of different fucking and I'm talking like big higher tier cities, big higher level players, blah blah blah, whatever. Like there's a purpose for it. That's all I'm saying. Like Woody has the right idea, and he's like, I want to try this, and then we'll try that. Like I said, the only thing I had there, as far as like talking about it was like just hey, as long as you set up like the highs and lows or whatever the parameters before you go, yeah, that's awesome because you can chop some fucking
Is he
people up
asleep?
in any kind of attack thing, as long as you set the parameters there and you hit a retreat,
Put it this way: would you rather go into as an alliance? Okay, go into an attack. You got, let's say, we'll just say you got 30 people. All right, and there's only 6 people there, right? Coming like that's there in there, and you're starting to win. And next thing you know, you see that little tiny little thing saying there's 30 people on their way. Once those 30 people get in there, remember they're gonna eat like regardless that the all the breakthrough skills and stuff like that. They're at 100%, but 30 people. You want to get everyone out of there. Let those 30 people bounce off there. As soon as you retreat, speed back home and speed right back in.
yeah. I mean, and Woody, you're right. Just that. Say it's just 60 y'all there on your team that wants to go in, and for whatever reason, regardless of the size of the player y'all are attacking, he doesn't get reinforced or whatever.
Yeah, stay in there.
Cool. You don't retreat. Yeah.
Burn.
So it's especially if it's frenzy, it's like all right, cool. Say we get smoked doing this attack, but 6 of us doing whatever, we're gonna win some good points, and we ain't got to do shit else the rest of the frenzy. But yeah.
I'd
Fuck
rather
'em.
I'd rather lose 100,000 troops um, per person retreating than lose 400,000 troops because I stayed there. And the report's going to look so much better on the attacking side than anything.
Army, where's Army? Oh, Army.
Even like on a void, if somebody calls out an SOS, like if I call it an SOS and I'm eating, and then all of a sudden they start sending rain, I'll just start sharing the crap out of that city. I don't give a flying crap if it's gonna screw my SOS up. Like, come, they're coming. We're gonna have a great battle. I'm gonna lose my shorts and all these troops. I don't care. Hit them. And so that's what I do. Or if I see another player make a stupid SOS and I'm like, oh, he's gonna lose, I'll just share the crap out of their city, even if they said like, "Well, I'm gonna go SOS." I don't care. You're gonna lose points. We're gonna come. We're gonna beat them.
So when it comes to SOSing, the person that's attacking needs to know not to attack a bigger city. So an SOS is what an SOS is meant for is is in case it's like a last chance or get out of jail free. You send there and also they got 30 reinforcements coming in. Hit the SOS so you don't lose troops. That way you're not losing troops. But like if it's a planned SOS, and you see reinforcements coming in, then retreat. That SOS is still there, and you're still killing a lot of troops and not giving away too much.
Woody, what's frustrating is a lot of players also think of SOS as this is my time to open up my boxes.
And when
Like,
frenzy's
no,
over,
if you're gonna get
and when frenzy and void's over, they're the first people being zeroed out.
Well, they can't
Like-
SOS.
like you wanted to open up your boxes, you SOS, and you got smashed and gave up the shitload of points. Right? It's irritating. It's very frustrating.
Imagine, okay, I in I think I don't know what nation it is, but I think it was 700, and I know Hitman's watching right now. But there was an SOS that was put on me, a 34 SOS me in Void, right? He was only able to kill 5,000 troops with the SOS to slaughter and all that shit. 5,000 troops. So was that worth it? They weren't even able to open up the boxes.
That's really funny because I do that all the time. I'll wait for someone to hit my guy, and I know it's an SOS, and then I send my city rain, and they don't kill nothing. And then you look at the report, and you're laughing.
I mean,
Oh, it's funny.
if you want to use an SOS to open your boxes, you better make sure you can win that battle. If not, yeah, you are giving away points. And the heals, the heals, the heal that is not going to be fun. That I promise. Imagine walking into after Void. Imagine having a 400-day heal. Because not from an SOS, but imagine that. Anyone here? Anyone here ever had to fucking face a 400-day heal because they got hit?
No.
I don't think
That doesn't even sound fun.
so. And you know what? That would actually be frenzy because you can only go so much in Void. But I went against Enton Kim in 830, and he was at 160, and it was frenzy. So I just went in and just fucking hit him multiple times, had him down to 40 million BP, and he healed. He fucking healed. Now I was already down like 40 million BP, and that was a 400-day worth of heals, and I didn't heal it, but he did, and I was just like, oh my god. So I can only imagine. So even guys, even with these whales out there, yeah, they got a lot of heals, but a 400-day heal in frenzy. I don't know. I don't know. If there's a single whale other than like Anton Kim that would anyone here? Just a tip, Holbrook. In frenzy, would you heal 400 days worth, or would you bubble up and say I'm done?
Fuck no.
How much money is that? I'm trying to do the math.
I don't give a shit about frenzy. Sorry.
Selectively heal one fleet and just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a one fleet thing, and even if you do that like repetitively over a couple times, that's got to be okay.
Well,
but yeah, like I mean,
one
Woody, I
fleet's
don't know if
about
you
30.
said it, but what was his BP before y'all hit him? And I'm assuming that was like his whole thing.
He
Or
was
a lot
at
of
he was at like
you know,
160 at that time. This is
160.
this
Yeah,
is when he was
that's fucking crazy.
he was a 41 and I was a 39.
Woody, I'll drop
Yeah.
160 million BP every frenzy.
Oh yeah, you should. You should. Frenzy should be going all out.
Yeah,
If you want to go, if you want to do frenzy, if you want to do frenzy, then
I'm
you should
fighting
go
the
out.
T12s at the end of frenzy.
What do you just woke him up? You just hit him and woke him up. It was a good time.
You realize that shit. Shit.
But yeah, 400 days. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go find a new friend on the sidewalk or something. Like,
Right.
nah, I'm good.
But those are the best. I'm not gonna lie. Those are the best battles right there when you can hit someone, knowing what they were. Let's just say 160 going into frenzy or void, and by the time it's over, they're down to 40. It's like ooh. You know that they're not happy. You just know it. But that takes time. I would never suggest someone to do that. Okay, don't ever solo that many points because I'm not gonna lie. The first couple hits, good. I want to say a good first 8 hits. I lost. I lost, but we had such a huge lead that I was like, I'm gonna fucking zero this bitch out. And I did.
Lost, but you still probably won on points.
Oh, dude,
Maybe.
yeah. We won all overall. Tyrant. I won the Tyrant because even though he got Tyrant, or he didn't get Tyrant, but he took first place over that because of the points in the beginning. As soon as I started winning, I took Tyrant back, and I think we were like 2 billion ahead at that point already. So it was more like, all right, you want to sit next to me unbubbled, all right. All right, that's the most disrespectful thing you could do to someone is sit next to outside the hive, unbubbled. Like, okay, all right, it's frenzy. I'm coming. Void's a different story. I'll leave him alone. But all All right, we are literally 2.5 hours in. We have any more questions before I end the live?
So are we all in agreement now that like Woody is still a tyrant? Just kidding. I'm
not a tyrant.
Just messing. Just joking. Just joking. Just joking.
It is. You got to admit, this is funny. The guy poured it right next to me.
I said, come on.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much Woody just hang out, enjoy the holidays, and wait for January is pretty
Don't
much
say I'm poor.
for all the people waiting for the merge.
Yeah, merge.
Hey, you gonna look at my back?
What's that?
Woody.
Loki was actually trying to bite me earlier.
Ooh, bite him back. Bite him back.
Thanks for a good live as always, Woody.
I want to get
All right.
hit.